Chapter 1065. Please guide me. Teacher, Luo Feng, listen carefully. Primal Chaos City Master laughed. No matter which whirlpool passage you go to, the Northern Border Alliance will probably have arrangements. So what you need to do is, don't go near any vortex passage. Luo Feng was startled. He vaguely understood what his teacher was thinking. Teacher, what you mean is, Luo Feng said, I'll aimlessly fly further and further on the Primal Star, and not get close to any of the whirlpools. Yes, Primal Chaos City Master nodded. You don't go to any whirlpool passageway. Instead, stay far away from the place where the Sword River Azura God Sword appeared. At the very least, it would be very difficult for those universe overlords to even touch you. The only way to capture you is to wait for the Lord of the Universe of the Northern Frontier Alliance to descend. Luo Feng nodded. It was true that he would not be in much danger if he did not go to the Vortex Passageway, but the enemy Lord of the Universe would eventually descend. At that time, he would have no choice but to surrender. Your disguise is useless in front of the Master of the Universe, the Primal Chaos City leader said. That's why you don't even need to disguise yourself. You just need to let your golden horned beast and 9 underworlds clone move separately. Leave the treasures and everything else with a 9 nether clone. As for the Masters of the Universe of the Northern Frontier Alliance, they will only be looking for the 2 giant beasts of space. Even if they see your 9 nether clone, they will not be able to recognize it. The Primal Chaos City Master said, there are many universe paragons on the Primal Chaos Star. If you were to disguise yourself, you might be discovered. However, you don't need to disguise yourself as the 9 nether doppelganger. You can reveal your true self. Luo Feng smiled. Hence, even if he kills the golden horned beast, he won't be able to find any treasures. The Primal Chaos City Master said, at that time he will start to investigate all the experts on the planet. But he doesn't dare to act recklessly. If your 2 clones split up, you'll definitely be able to delay them for a long time. I must have arrived at that time. The Primal Chaos City Master said, as long as you persevere until I descend on that planet, then you will have succeeded. Luo Feng nodded. Yes, teacher, this method was very simple. It was to let Luo Feng stall for time. Stall for time so that he wouldn't walk right into their trap. As long as he could endure until the Primal Chaos City Lord descended, it would be a success. It was a very simple method, and precisely because it was simple, it had few flaws. Go. The Primal Chaos City Lord instructed, remember what I said. Also, the Master of the Universe of the Northern Alliance might arrive before me. The moment he arrives, don't let him discover any flaws. I understand. Luo Feng nodded. The human domain's primal secret realm, 1,000 Treasure River. Hong Long Long, that majestic 1,000 Treasure River disappeared and transformed into a shirt that covered the body of a 10,000 kilometers tall Primal Chaos City Master. The Primal Chaos City Master was wearing the 1,000 Treasure robe and holding a broken stone rod. He stood in mid-air barefooted and looked into the distance. At the same time, he said, I will make a trip to the primitive star and will be back soon. Stop researching your ultimate technique and help me guard the primitive mystic realm. Yes, senior brother. A voice rang out around the Primal Chaos City Master. The Chaotic City Master nodded. He took a step forward in the air and disappeared without a trace. Where is Qianbaohe? The 1,000 Treasures River disappeared. I'm afraid teacher has gone out. Some of the universe venerables and many servants in the palaces within the 1,000 Treasure River discovered that the mighty 1,000 Treasure River had disappeared. Luo Feng's earth body, too, stood outside the palace and looked into the distance. Let's hope everything goes smoothly. Luo Feng thought. The closest whirlpool path to the origin of the Sword River Luo God Blade led to the other side. As a beam of light neared, Lord Man K is here, and with his domain-type supreme treasure, we have the 3rd layer defense as well, which makes us even more confident. No matter how powerful that space beast is, even if it's a special life form, even if we 6 universe overlords can't beat it, we can still use our various techniques to trap it. He definitely won't be able to escape. There's news that on the primitive star, The warriors of the Great Alliance seemed to be preparing to kill those two space beasts. Trouble. What do we do? Defend here. Relax. The primitive star is huge, and we can't teleport within the God Country. How would it be easy to surround and kill them? We'll follow the plan and defend here. The whirlpool path to the outside world in the forest below. Palace leader Qi Shui. Lowly knight, you two are here. Logically speaking, you two should be the first to arrive. I heard from Wangjia Knight that you two went to the surroundings to observe the situation. There were already a total of 7 silhouettes hiding in the forest. Lowly Knight and Palace Leader Qi Shui, who had just arrived, swiftly landed. Simultaneously, Palace Leader Qi Shui snorted coldly. Of course, to observe the situation. What? You think we'll go deal with the space beasts? Hard to say. Palace Leader Qi Shui and Lowly Knight snorted coldly. If I want to deal with the space beasts, would I return so quickly? From here to the origin of the Sword River Luo Godblade, just flying back and forth would take a long time. Palace Leader Qi Shui looked coldly at the foreign life form with close to 1,000 claws. Don't talk nonsense when you don't even have shadow. Palace Leader Qi Shui and Lowly Knight glanced at Wangjia Knight too. Wangjia Knight immediately knew that they had failed. Luckily, I spent some resources and treasures to fully recover my body. Palace Leader Qi Shui scanned the surroundings and immediately sat cross-legged, thinking if my body was damaged and they noticed, there would definitely be trouble. At this moment, rumble. In the whirlpool passage above, 2 silhouettes suddenly appeared. Look, there's movement. The 9 warriors of the North Border Alliance looked up at the sky. Don't be anxious. It's the universe warriors that entered from the outside world, 2 of them from the Hong Alliance. It's another 2 from the Hong Alliance. What's going on? Why are the Hong Alliance warriors coming one after the other? This made the warriors of the North Border Alliance feel uneasy. Lowly Knight spoke softly. We found news of the Sword River Luo Godblade. Maybe the Hong Alliance found it too. Wangjia Knight, hurry and report back to the Alliance. Once the Hong Alliance fights with us, it'll be troublesome. Okay. Ever since news of the Sword River Luo Godblade had spread in the virtual universe, large amounts of warriors wanted to rush over, some just to join the fun. They all knew that the Sword River Luo Godblade would definitely cause a huge commotion. How could they miss such an opportunity? Hence, some of the closest universe supremacies arrived one after another, and there were still many powerhouses on their way. On the primal planet Luo Feng was in, the undercurrents were already surging. Many of the Hong Alliance's warriors were heading towards the location of the Sword River Luo Godblade. The North Border Alliance was organizing and planning. After Luo Feng and the Primal Chaos City leader finished their conversation. So, a beam of light swiftly flew into the distance. There's a mountain forest not too far from here. The golden-horned beast gazed into the distance, flying at sub-light speed. Once I reach the mountain forest, I'll let the golden-horned beast and my ocean clone split up. The golden-horned beast's speed was extremely fast, very quickly reaching the air above the mountain forest and diving down. As it dove into the forest, the golden-horned beast suddenly stopped, its claws stepping on a thick, ancient tree branch. At the same time, the golden-horned beast slightly turned its head to look at its wings, only to see the golden wings trembling slightly. What's going on? Luo Feng was extremely shocked. The killer Wu's wings that had fused with the scales were madly trembling. Ong, 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 ong. The trembling was extremely fast, and it wasn't under Luo Feng's control at all. Almost as though there was a special energy source in the distance that was madly attracting Luo Feng's killer Wu's wings. Almost like a magnet. It was trying its best to attract the killer Wu's wings. The killer Wu's wings have long recognized its owner. Luo Feng was extremely shocked. A treasure that recognizes an owner will definitely follow the owner's orders. How can there be an uncontrollable situation? In that direction, the golden-horned beast looked up into the distant sky. He felt that if he didn't suppress it, the killer Wu's wings would bring him directly in that direction. What's going on? In the direction that Luo Feng sensed, in the distant sky, there was a silhouette standing there. He had a god body of about 8 m tall, with a thick pair of legs and a total of 8 arms. His entire body seemed like it was made of metal, without a single strand of hair. His head was even more shiny. He looked exactly like an automaton. This 8-armed bald automaton was dressed in black armor. On his back was a pair of black wings. Ong. The black wings were slightly trembling. Even though the trembling was small, it was still trembling madly. The 8-armed bald knight turned to look at his own wings, and then at the direction of the gravitational force. What's going on? My wings are treasures. I've controlled them for trillions of years. I've never encountered a situation where I can't control them. He was strong. His position was respected. When the primal planet opened, he had experienced a total of 8 times, even more dangerous and terrifying situations, and this was the first time his wings had gone out of control. Just what's the reason? The 8-armed bald knight's eyes gleamed coldly. So, with a flap of his wings, he became a peculiar black beam of light, swiftly heading in the direction he sensed. The golden-horned beast stood on a branch, his wings slightly extended. Looking up into the distant sky, he could clearly feel that the gravitational force was getting stronger and stronger, almost as though the source of the gravitational force was getting closer and closer. It's that direction. Black dot. The golden-horned beast immediately saw a black light. Within the light, there was a black dot swiftly getting closer. It was obviously an absolute warrior. It's him. The golden-horned beast looked up and stared, and the black light was getting closer. Simultaneously looking down in this direction, he too saw the golden-horned beast with the golden wings. The two of them saw each other. Their gazes met. No, it's the wings on his back. The golden-horned beast's gaze swiftly landed on the black wings on the warrior's back, and the 8-armed bald knight looked down, his gaze also landing on the golden wings of the golden-horned beast. The two of them almost simultaneously felt the two wings attracting each other. Don't tell me my wings are just a part of some treasure? Luo Feng was shocked, followed by ecstasy. My wings, don't tell me they're damaged? The 8-armed bald knight too revealed a look of ecstasy. The two's gazes met. Their killing intent wasn't hidden at all. P.S. Chapter 2 has arrived. Tomato continues writing the 3rd chapter. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1066. No wonder back then, when I acquired the killer Wu feather, even though it recognized me as its owner, there wasn't any detailed information. I thought that it was because the expert who created the Wu-killing wings didn't leave any message in it. Now it seems the killer Wu feather is just an incomplete treasure. And the Primal Chaos City teacher told me back then that in the universe, no other life forms know of its existence. And he also said he didn't create it. Obviously, its origin is very mysterious. As for the detailed information on killing Wu Yu-E, it was the Primal Chaos City Master Teacher who wrote it down in a book for me. Luo Feng still remembered that book. The book had detailed information regarding the killer Wu feather, regarding its 3 forms. It was also discovered by the Primal Chaos City leader after his research. Back then, it was recorded that the origin of the killer Wu feather was mysterious. Its material was extremely sturdy. Even universe lords and other great beings couldn't break it. Luo Feng was getting more excited. Right? I've always had my doubts, because a truly strong universe lord can totally break through a normal treasure. However, the information the Primal Chaos City leader gave me said that the material was extremely sturdy, definitely impossible to break through. I've always thought my killer Wu feather's material was slightly special. From the looks of it now, my killer Wu feather is simply an extremely powerful part of a treasure. This part's material is naturally extremely high quality. Luo Feng had some guesses and doubts within, but at this moment, he was enlightened. Treasures that had already recognized their owners could still attract each other. It was unbelievable. The two were originally one. Only this could explain everything. The golden-horned beast looked up into the sky. The eight-armed bald warrior in mid-air, too, looked down at the golden horned beast. Many thoughts instantly flashed through the minds of both of them. Actually, during the many years they'd been using their respective wings, they'd sensed that their wings were different from ordinary treasures. However, neither of them dared to say that they were merely damaged treasures. After all, it was inconceivable. Like the Thousand Treasure River, it was said that over 1,000 treasures complemented each other. Its power was endless. If one were to completely dismantle it, every treasure would have its flaws. It would probably only be able to unleash the power of the top treasures. Luo Feng's killer Wu feather, however, was very comfortable using it. It was definitely a very qualified normal treasure. Even a broken part is so perfect, Luo Feng thought. If it were to be completely reassembled, what would it be like? The flowing light wings have saved me many times. Even though I'm a hegemon of the universe, this flowing light wings, which is regarded as an ordinary supreme treasure, has never disappointed me. The eight-armed knight gazed down at Luo Feng. So the flowing light wings were actually part of a powerful treasure. No matter what, we have to get the other part. Once these two supreme treasures are combined, there will definitely be a qualitative change, and their power will increase explosively. The golden-horned beast looked up at the silhouette in midair. One had to know that the human race had records of all the famous tyrants in the universe. Luo Feng naturally memorized them all. Other than a few hidden absolute warriors, Luo Feng could recognize most of them. The overlord of the automaton universe, Supremacy Tianho. It is said that he has 3 supreme treasures. One is an ordinary supreme treasure armor. One is an ordinary pair of wings. And the last is a high-grade supreme treasure, the 8-light shuttle. He's a divine general candidate for divine General Xingguang, and he created his own ultimate technique, 8-shuttle. Luo Feng carefully recalled and immediately felt something was amiss. Tianho was very difficult to deal with. His strength was extremely strong, and his escape techniques were even more powerful. Even though I have the armor and don't fear the universe tyrants, my attacks are much weaker. Even the high-level knights of the universe have a hard time killing me. This Tianho, my chances of killing him are infinitely close to 0. Luo Feng felt that the opponent was difficult to deal with. Who is he? The golden-armored and winged golden-horned beast. He's not one of the warriors of the Space Beast Alliance that I know of. Tianho gazed down at the golden-horned beast, hesitating slightly. The Space Beast Alliance was too mysterious, and the warriors that popped out all had huge bodies that were hard to deal with. To kill the golden-horned beast universe knight? Difficult, difficult, difficult. The golden-horned beast and Tianho stared at each other, both wanting to steal the other's winged treasure. However, they both felt that the opponent was difficult to deal with. Luo Feng's attacks were simply too weak. He couldn't deal with the opponent at all, and Tianho didn't have the confidence to kill a golden-horned beast that was at least 1,000 kilometers long. I am Paragon Tiandu. Paragon Tiandu slowly descended and landed on a branch as he transmitted his voice. I, Gold-Winged Knight. The golden-horned beast replied solemnly. The Tianhong Knight lifted his head slightly. His gaze like the morning sun landed on the golden-horned beast, smiling. Space Beast Alliance Golden Wing Knight. The treasured wings you have seemed to have a special connection with my wings. I want your precious wings. Tell me what you want. 1 top treasure. The golden-horned beast said. Tianho frowned. Top treasure? Even the high and mighty universe lords didn't necessarily have top treasures. Even if the 2 wings were one, they might not become a top treasure after they fuse together. You don't want to trade? Tianho communicated. Aren't you the same? The golden-horned beast replied. The moment the 2 communicated, their gazes met and they understood each other's determination. Obviously, the 2 valued their wings very much. If they wanted to trade for it, they would need an extremely high-level treasure. And that level of treasure, they couldn't afford it. They probably didn't even have the ability to take it out. Rumble, rumble. Almost at the same time, the 2 moved. Then you can die. A murderous glint flashed in Tianheng's eyes. His divine power burned, and a 6-meter-long shuttle, glowing with a black light, appeared in the palms of his 8 arms. Then he thrust it at Yin. "Just you." The golden-horned beast roared as it ignited its god body, flapping its wings and charging over. Rumble, trees after trees began to tremble and even collapse. The two began to crazily fight at close range, exchanging over 100 blows in a second. More accurately speaking, it was Tian Ho the one attacking the golden-horned beast, while the golden-horned beast grew to a kilometer long. While taking the attacks head-on, it relied on its huge divine body to occasionally use its wings to retaliate. 8. Tian Ho's mouth let out a clear voice. The power of the 8 shuttles seemed to explode. 8. Tian Ho shouted again. 8. 3 consecutive shouts. The voice was so loud it shook the soul. Tian Ho's face suddenly had a hint of holiness. Only his eyes had a heart-palpitating black light. It was the desperate ultimate technique of the ultimate technique, 8 shuttle. An incomparably beautiful move. At that moment, the golden-horned beast had no way to resist, stupidly taking the attacks. Tian Ho's 8 arms grabbed the 8 shuttles of light. The 8 shuttles were like the source of the universe, so beautiful it could move one's soul. Tian Ho's wings flapped again and again. The flow of time around him changed, making his shuttles even more beautiful. This was a shockingly beautiful ultimate move. It was also a terrifyingly powerful ultimate move. Wah! The golden-horned beast was like a heavy mountain, flipping backwards, crushing tree after tree before swiftly standing up. In the distance, Tian Ho was floating in mid-air, staring in disbelief at the golden-horned beast. Your god body isn't damaged at all. It's a pity your god body is damaged. The golden-horned beast's voice resounded. Your divine body is strong. Your battle armor is strong. Your supreme treasure will be mine one day. Unwillingness flashed through Paragon Tian Ho's eyes. He flapped his black wings and soared into the sky. He had no choice. He had already used his strongest move. His god body had been consumed by 3%, yet the opponent was taking it head-on without any damage. How to fight? Tian Ho's words were right. God body strong, armor strong. This made him feel helpless. So, the golden-horned beast also swiftly flew away. In the forest where many ancient trees had fallen, in just a short while, everything had recovered. Even the deep pits from before had recovered. The flowers and grass were once again standing tall. It was impossible to tell that there had been a battle. After the golden-horned beast flew away from the forest, it also quietly separated from the Yu-Hai clone. After passing the Wu killer wings, the Talon set treasures, the Pagoda Pearl, the Gold Line, Aurora Mirror, the Calamity Armor, the Sword River Luo, etc. to the Yu-Hai clone. The Yu-Hai clone shrunk to about 9 m tall, directly finding a hill to sit cross-legged in the wild grass. The golden-horned beast didn't take a single treasure, directly flying far away. Flying past the wasteland, flying into a vast forest, landing within. The other treasured wings. The golden-horned beast laid on the grass, squinting. My defense is strong, my god body is strong. Just like the Lord of the 9 Underworld against the strongest warrior of the universe. Luo Feng said, the strongest warrior of the universe, in terms of strength, far surpasses the Lord of the 9 Underworld. However, as long as he's in the endless dark ocean, against a 9 Underworld ocean with a diameter of over 10 light years, even the strongest warrior of the universe would be helpless. However, for the Lord of the 9 Underworld to kill the strongest warrior of the universe, that's simply impossible. Luo Feng sighed within. This was his weakness. He was, after all, only an undying. Even with the 9-level secret manual, he was like a heaven-defying special life form, his body comparable to a knight's. And he had the absolute treasure Calamity Armor to protect him. Along with his huge body, there probably weren't many universe overlords with such a strong defense. However, no matter how strong his defense was, it couldn't hide the fact that his attacks were weak. Firstly, his comprehension of the origin laws was too low. Even though he had the attack treasures, powerful willpower and consciousness, etc. At most, he could fight against the high-level warriors of the universe who didn't have any treasures, and the universe overlords with higher comprehension of the origin laws, in terms of offense, could completely crush Luo Feng. Of course, even though it was a complete crush, Qishui Palace leader used 9% of his body. The Golden Horned Beast used about 1/10, 0.000th of it. Tian Tai Knight used 3%. The Golden Horned Beast didn't even use 1/10, 0.000th of it. It was just an unkillable hard lump. But how do I get that winged treasure? The Golden Horned Beast roared softly, unwilling. At this time, rumble, an unbelievable pressure immediately descended upon the primal planet and spread out. The Golden Horned Beast that was originally lying in the vast forest seemed to be bound by a formless energy that was a complete control of space and time. Control of space and time? The Golden Horned Beast's eyes flashed with shock. He knew. The Universe Lord had descended. As promised, the 3 chapters were completed. Tomato urgently needed the monthly votes. I hope everyone will vote for Tomato and support Tomato. The monthly votes were lagging behind. To be continued. If you like this work, you are welcome to come to Chidian. Come and vote. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1067. On the primal planet, beside the space whirlpool that floated in mid-air, a majestic silhouette slowly descended, stepping on the barren land. He was over 1,000 kilometers tall, and his entire body was covered in black and red scale armor. His facial skin was green, and his eyebrows were green as well. He had 2 dark red, curved horns, and his single eye seemed to be able to see through everything that was happening on the entire planet, causing the surrounding space to tremble. Rumble, the entire primal planet, be it the wilderness, forests, deserts, mountains, swamps, oceans, they were all affected by an irresistible force. The warriors from the various races on the primal planet were all extremely shocked. Not good. The Universe Lord has descended. It's the Universe Lord. The Universe Lord actually descended on this primal planet. Most of the knights from the various races didn't know why the Universe Lord had descended. They immediately held it in, not daring to resist at all. Even though just relying on controlling space and time wasn't enough to kill the Universe Lords, it was enough to make it difficult for them to even walk, much less fly. And the Universe Lord could easily fly over and then attack and kill his target. Universe Lords, even though their full power was comparable to the most normal Universe Lord's power. However, the power here was actually the power of the most normal Universe Lord when he didn't use his treasures. However, how could a Universe Lord not have treasures? Hence, amongst the Universe Lords, there were very few who actually dared to challenge the Universe Lord and fight him one-on-one. At least on this primal planet, there weren't any such powerful Universe Lords. Hence, when they felt the powerful force and understood that it was the Universe Lord controlling space and time, none of the knights dared to resist. Not good. It shouldn't be the primal Chaos City leader's teacher. The Golden Horned Beast looked up, feeling the omnipresent force, and was shocked. If it was the primal Chaos City leader, he would have communicated with him already. The Universe Lord is really powerful. This force is actually this strong. He probably hasn't even used his full power. Luo Feng exclaimed. Once he became the Lord of the Universe, he would be able to control a region of time and space. He could even reverse time and space to see everything that had happened in the past, and it was not impossible to bring a fallen existence from the past to the present. The region of time and space he could control was extremely vast, and he could easily envelop a primitive planet with a diameter of 100 billion kilometers. Leave it to me. You can all leave now. The Northern Border Alliance Universe Lords that were arranged on the primitive planet all heard a voice that made their hearts tremble. As Universe Lords, they knew most of the Northern Border Alliance Universe Lords. Therefore, the moment they heard the voice, almost half of them immediately determined. This was the voice of the overturning Demon Lord. Everyone was overjoyed. At the same time, they heaved a sigh of relief. They no longer had to be as cautious as before. The overturned Devil Lord stood in the wilderness, instantly controlling everything on the planet. His single eye pierced through the layers of space, rocks and mud, directly looking at the golden horned beast in the distant forest that was filled with shock. The Astral Beast Alliance. A cold glint flashed past the single eye of the overthrown Devil Lord. Oomph! Boom! In a vast forest, the space around the golden horned beast suddenly expanded. It was like a formless giant had grabbed the golden horned beast and clenched it, trying to crush the golden horned beast. In the forest, the golden horned beast felt an extremely terrifying power descend. It immediately burned its god energy to resist. However, the surrounding space continued to expand, its power continued to increase. Chi. The golden horned beast god body was being depleted under the pressure. In the blink of an eye, it had already lost 1%, 99%, 98%, 97%. Its god body continued to weaken. If I had the calamity armor, I could reduce it to 1/10,000 of its original strength. I definitely wouldn't have lost my god energy so easily. However, the Universe Lord is really strong. I haven't even been able to see him, and I'm already heavily injured. The golden horned beast stood on all fours, trying its best to stand and resist the pressure. Golden horned beast. A cold voice reverberated around. Where's your treasure armor? You once suffered the combined attacks of 8 Universe Lords. One of them even used a treasure to attack you. You were unharmed. How can I injure you just by controlling space? Where's your armor? Where's your wings? Kill me if you have the ability. Ha ha ha. The golden horned beast roared. Looks like you've moved your treasures. The cold voice resounded. Oomph. The golden horned beast snorted. The overturned demon lord's power was limitless. To be able to reach this level, he naturally wasn't stupid. He only used space to slightly suppress the golden horned beast, after which he prepared to condense his god energy and attack from afar. However, before he could condense his god energy, the golden horned beast god body actually started to be destroyed. This was out of the overturned demon lord's expectations. The legendary golden horned beast that was said to have extremely strong defense and was even harder to deal with than many Universe Lords. How could it be killed so easily? Without a doubt, there was only one explanation. The golden horned beast had already moved the treasures away. Golden horned beast, as the Universe Lord, naturally, I don't want to kill you. The cold voice resounded. It probably wasn't easy for you to accumulate your god body. You better hand over the sword Halua part. As long as you hand over the sword Halua part, or tell me where you hid it, I'll let you go. If I had the treasures on me, great Universe Lord, you would probably just kill me, right? Why would you waste your breath on me? The golden horned beast said solemnly. It's a pity that I don't have any treasures on me. Don't threaten me. It's useless. My golden horned beast race is born with cloning techniques. If my god body dies, the other god bodies will be fine. As for soul techniques, with my willpower and consciousness, even though I'm not your match, I can still easily self-destruct before you succeed. The golden horned beast said solemnly. The surroundings were silent. Obviously, the overturned demon lord was silent for a while too. Indeed, to rely on the soul to control a Universe Lord, this was too difficult. Even those Universe Lords who specialized in the soul would find it almost impossible to enslave a Universe Overlord. After all, the difference in willpower and consciousness between the two wasn't huge. And to be able to become a Universe Lord, they were all extraordinary beings. Soul control was practically a dream. Not to mention the fact that the overturned demon lord wasn't specialized in the soul aspect. As for the soul corrosion, the Universe Lords were extremely sensitive and careful. The moment they realized they couldn't defend against it, they would instantly self-destruct. Golden Horned Beast. The voice was getting colder. Are you threatening me? I don't dare threaten the Universe Lord. I'm just not willing to hand over the Sword River Luo part. The Golden Horned Beast said solemnly. When the treasure appeared on the Primal Star, I relied on luck and strength to obtain it. The Universe Lord is high up. His position is respected. Why you have to use such methods to steal my treasure? I believe that the universe lord doesn't lack this treasure. Oomph. A cold snort exploded beside the golden horned beast. Obviously, the overturned demon lord was starting to get angry. If you transfer the treasure, at most you can transfer it to other warriors. You definitely can't leave the primal star. After all, the surroundings have been set up long ago. And since the Sword River Luo appeared until now, even sublight speed flight can only cover such a large area. In such a large area, there are a total of 122 Universe Lords, of which the Prison Clan and Great Alliance are famous. There are 89 who won't help you. As for the others, there are only 33 who aren't famous or famous. Your treasure is definitely in one of the 33 supremacies. I'll give you 2 choices. 1. Tell me where the treasure is. I only want the Sword River Luo. 2. I'll waste some time. At most, I'll start a massacre. I'll probably only need to kill 8 to 10 Universe Lords to find the Sword River Luo part. When that time comes, I'll take all your other treasures. Make your choice. The first path or the second path. The overturned demon lord's voice resounded. The golden horned beast revealed a shocked expression. You want to start a massacre? Before I fall, I'll probably search most of the 33 Universe Lords. I only need to kill a few of them. What's more, those who dare defy me. So what if I kill them? The overturned demon lord continued. The golden horned beast panicked for the first time. Luo Feng actually wasn't panicking, because everything was within his expectations. Just like what the Primal Chaos City leader said, separating himself from the serene ocean body could buy him some time. Of course, all it did was buy him some time. If the Primal Chaos City leader didn't arrive, then the overturned demon lord would still be able to find all the treasures. However, I believe that just for the Sword River Luo's Sword River Luo to attack the other universe lords, even the overturned demon lord would hesitate. I'll stall for time. As long as I can, my teacher will arrive soon. Luo Feng thought. The golden horned beast gritted its teeth and performed. Overturned demon lord, you are a universe lord. What? Rumble, a similarly terrifying ripple descended and enveloped the entire planet. The space restraints that were binding the golden horned beast were immediately broken. Another master of the universe. There are 2 universe lords. Just what's going on with our planet? The universe lords on the planet who didn't know what was going on were extremely shocked. Teacher is here? Luo Feng thought. A huge flaming beast that covered over 10,000 kilometers appeared in midair. Endless energy emanated from it, majestic and powerful. Overturned Demon Lord, I heard that your North Border Alliance wants to attack my Space Beast Alliance warriors for their treasures. Are you provoking our Space Beast Alliance? The huge beast within the endless flames roared. The roar pierced through layers of space and reached the majestic, overturned Demon Lord in the distant wilderness. Flame Star Lord. The overturned Demon Lord's one eye flashed with rage. The Flame Star Lord was one of the 12 bloodlines of the Space Beast Alliance, the oldest and strongest being of the Flame Star Beast race. P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1068. Within the endless flames, the Flaming Star Lord snorted angrily. Rumble, every inch of space in the entire primitive star trembled. Every inch of the space-time that the overthrown Demon Lord had previously controlled was being plundered. Clearly, the Flame Star Lord and the overthrown Demon Lord were fighting for control over the entire space-time of the primitive star. Overturned Demon Lord. The beast within the flames roared. The roar pierced through layers of space and exploded in the ears of the overturned Demon Lord. That golden-horned beast is a member of my Space Beast Alliance. Since I'm here, don't even think of harming him. Ha ha ha. Come, you can't control the space to suppress him. You can only fly over slowly. Such a distance. The warriors of my Space Beast Alliance could have left through the whirlpool long ago. Ha ha. The overturned Demon Lord stood in the vast wilderness like a mountain range, his face filled with rage, he said solemnly, "Flaming Star Lord, my North Border Alliance has long set up this trap. Even if you stop me, I can still stop you from controlling space. When the time comes, the other warriors of the North Border Alliance, under my guidance, can completely surround that golden-horned beast. He still won't be able to escape. First team, advance. The direction is the universe coordinates. Second team, advance. The direction is the universe coordinates. The overturned demon lord communicated to the warriors of the North Border Alliance. Even through the alliance itself, he gave the order to the 6 teams guarding the other end of the Whirlpool Passage. Even though the overturned demon lord was obviously unable to control the golden-horned beast through space, he could clearly see every move of the golden-horned beast. Yes, rumble. In the 6 whirlpool passages of the primitive star, at almost the same time, numerous overlords surged out. At this moment, the tens of overlords of the North Border Alliance gathered on the primitive star, surrounding the golden-horned beast from different directions. He is a member of my Space Beast Alliance. The Flaming Star Lord was furious. He too was unable to control space under the interference of the opponent, but he could still sense the movements on the primitive star. At this time, even the Flaming Star Lord had to sigh. The North Border Alliance was indeed the alliance with the most races and warriors. Although the Northern Border Alliance only had one strongest powerhouse in the universe, it had many more lords of the universe and universe overlords. Therefore, the Northern Border Alliance was especially crazy when it came to fighting for resources. Overthrown, Devil Lord. The experts of my Astral Behemoth Alliance have obtained treasures. Yet you, a mere lord of the universe, are scheming against us? The Lord of the Flame Star was enraged. You've angered me. Humph, don't talk about reason. In this vast universe, everything else is fake. Strength is number one. The overturned Devil Lord snorted. Flaming Star Lord, I can give you face. I can give the Space Beast face and not touch the Golden Horn Beast. But you only need to hand over the sword Hulua's Divine Sword. Although it was only a part, the Sword River Net was a top-notch domain supreme treasure, and defensive power was no less than a peak attack supreme treasure. The Thorny Ring Alliance would definitely get it back at all costs. A Divine Sword was definitely worth more than a high-grade supreme treasure. Ha ha, what a joke. The Lord of the Flames Star roared, and the flames surged. Then let's see. You can summon experts, but can I? I will directly summon the Golden Horn Master. I want to see what you can do to the experts of my giant star beast. Come, so what if I come? The overturned Devil Lord wasn't afraid at all and snorted angrily. From the primal star, it would probably take a long time to fly to where I am. I can affect time, and no one can control it. If the universe lords want to deal with someone, they would have to fly over slowly. Why would I be afraid of the Golden Horn Master? Although he said this, the overturned Devil Lord was actually a little afraid, because the Golden Horn Master was one of the most terrifying universe lords of the Space Beast Alliance. Because he had a total of 4 great god bodies, he was the hardest to deal with. You summoned the Golden Horn Master. Do you think that the experts of my North Border Alliance are weaker than your Space Beast Alliance? The overturned Devil Lord didn't lower his head at all. The experts of the North Border Alliance had a weird temperament, because they were formed from the alliance of several powerful races, and none of them were from the top races. Before they formed an alliance, they naturally had to lower their heads. But after they formed an alliance and invited a solo universe expert to take charge, that was different. In the past, they had always lowered their heads, but after forming the North Border Alliance, they never lowered their heads. They would rather die in battle than to lower their heads. The moment a treasure appeared, the North Border Alliance would send large numbers of experts to surround them. This was the North Border Alliance, a crazy alliance, the North Border Alliance that was famous for having many experts. Just as the overthrown Devil Lord and the Flame Star Lord were facing each other from tens of billions of kilometers away, another incomparably powerful aura emerged from the Whirlpool Passageway that led to the outside world. It was a huge figure that was tens of thousands of kilometers tall. It was holding an ancient, dilapidated stone staff and walking barefoot. It was wearing the 1,000 treasure robe. Ha ha! I didn't expect there to be two universe lords. A majestic voice spread out, and, at the same time, some indistinct voices started to ring out. These voices were very soft, but they rang out in the hearts of every expert on the primitive star. Hong Long Long, the mighty galaxy river instantly enveloped the entire primitive star, and on this blurry river floated many powerful strange artifacts that exuded an immense pressure. At this moment, all the experts on the primitive star, including the universe overlords, didn't dare to move at all. Primal Chaos, City Master. The overturned Devil Lord was shocked. Primal Chaos, City Master. The Flaming Star Lord was shocked too. The two of them were universe lords with some status, but obviously in terms of status, they couldn't compare to this Primal Chaos City Master. The three clones of the Primal Chaos City Master. Any one of them would be much stronger than the two of them. Just this 1,000 treasure river alone was a top-grade domain-type treasure. Although the three of them couldn't control time and space, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't need to. Just this domain-type treasure alone. And it was a top-grade treasure. Just with the power of the treasure, he could easily kill a universe overlord. Of course, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't dare to act recklessly unless he decided to engage in a large-scale war with the North Border Alliance. Otherwise, a lofty and powerful Lord of the Universe wouldn't dare to carry out a massacre so easily. Primal Chaos City Master. The Flaming Star Lord was nervous and roared. That's an expert of my Space Beast Alliance. Your status is high. You wouldn't go so far as to snatch a little fellow's treasure, right? Ha! Power comes first. If the Primal Chaos City Master snatches it, what can you do? The overturned Devil Lord's voice transmitted over. Primal Chaos City Master, please give the Space Beast Alliance some face. The Flaming Star Lord said, if not for the 1,000 treasure river, even if the Primal Chaos City Master was strong, the Flaming Star Lord wouldn't be afraid. But with the 1,000 treasure river, the Primal Chaos City Master could instantly kill the Golden Horn Beast. This was one of the advantages of a domain-type treasure. At least against weaklings, it could be said to be unstoppable. Does the Great Alliance care about your Space Beast Alliance? The overturned Devil Lord said from the side, Primal Chaos City Master, your methods are strong. With this 1,000 treasure river, this time, the North Border Alliance is at a disadvantage. I won't interfere. As for who gets the Sword River net, you can fight with the Flaming Star Lord. Even though the overturned Devil Lord said that he wouldn't interfere, he was happy to watch the show. The Great Alliance was a very strong power. The Space Beast Alliance was very mysterious, but very united. If the two were to fight, that would be interesting. Primal Chaos City Master, the Flaming Star Lord said. Flaming Star Lord, the Primal Chaos City Master didn't come here for nothing. The overturned Devil Lord said. Ha ha! The Primal Chaos City Master's laughter resounded, causing the Flaming Star Lord and the overturned Devil Lord's state of mind to be affected. The two of them were secretly shocked. It was said that the Primal Chaos City Master was one of the strongest universe masters under the strongest in the universe. The Primal Chaos City Master laughed. Flaming Star Lord, since you have spoken, I won't go so far as to snatch the treasure of a little fellow. I will give you face, I won't interfere. The overturned Devil Lord who was standing in the endless wilderness was stunned. Within the flames, the Flaming Star Lord immediately said, then I really have to thank the Primal Chaos City Master. Umph. The overturned Devil Lord snorted coldly. He turned and stepped into the whirlpool tunnel. Retreat. The overturned Devil Lord's order resounded in the ears of the North Border Alliance's tens of overlords. Just now, he said that he wouldn't interfere. Even though he was a little angry, he definitely wouldn't interfere. After all, as a universe master, he could be arrogant, he could be crazy, he could be arrogant, but he had to keep his words. At their level, they still valued their face and dignity very much. Let's go. Let's go. Even though the divergent Blood Palace Lord and the other tens of overlords were helpless, they could only listen obediently. Great Alliance's knights, listen up, don't deal with the Golden Horn Beast. The primal Chaos City Master ordered. As one of the highest level beings in the Great Alliance, the other knights had all heard of the primal Chaos City Master's voice, and they all obeyed. Hua! Qian Baohe vanished. The primal Chaos City Master, too, took a step and left. While the primal Chaos City Master was communicating to the other warriors, Luo Feng heard a different message in his ears. Disciple, since the Space Beast Alliance is interfering, it couldn't be better. Since the overturned Devil Lord said that he wouldn't interfere, the North Border Alliance would definitely not interfere. The other parties also knew that this matter involved 3 Universe Lords. They wouldn't interfere either. The only worry is the Thorny Ring Alliance. You don't have to worry. Later let your 9 Underworld clone follow the other warriors and leave through the Whirlpool Tunnel. Even if the Thorny Ring Alliance's warriors rush over and prepare, it would still take a while. Luo Feng let out a sigh of relief. They had all left. Hua! Only then did the golden horned beast spread its wings and began to fly. Suddenly, little punk. The Flaming Star Lord's powerful voice resounded in the golden horned beast's ears. I've never seen you in the Space Beast Alliance. Don't tell me you've always been a wandering golden horned beast? Any space beast, even though they've been wandering the universe since young, as long as they reach the undying level, the moment they're discovered, they'll be quickly brought back to the Alliance. You're already so strong, yet you've never returned? Asterisk, asterisk, 2 chapters were finished. The monthly votes were indeed lagging behind. Tomato was writing very seriously, working hard to maintain stability in the updates. If you're satisfied, please support Tomato with the monthly votes. Asterisk, to be continued. If you like this work, please come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1069. Woo! You might not know who I am. I'm a Flaming Star leader of the Space Beast Alliance. The majestic voice said, I was originally on another primal planet. I heard the Northern Border warriors talking. Only then did I know that they dared to make a move against our space beasts. Naturally, I rushed over. Thank you, Flaming Star leader. The golden horned beast lowered its head respectfully. No need, poor punk. Have you never returned? The majestic voice asked. Yes. The golden horned beast said, I've been alone since I was born. I've never been able to return to the legendary Space Beast Alliance. Luo Feng was secretly nervous, afraid of being recognized. However, back then, the primal Chaos City leader had said, as long as one became an undying, their soul would completely merge with every inch of their god energy. Even the primal Chaos City leader wouldn't be able to tell if Luo Feng was the real golden horned beast or not. The virtual universe, however, was very mysterious. It was able to connect to its consciousness and differentiate races. Just like some enemy races, even if they had access to the virtual universe sensor, they would be repelled and unable to connect. Unless they sent controlled human spies, Great Alliance spies, etc. Only then would they be able to connect the virtual universe as an extremely mysterious existence, indeed had many unique abilities. Even the number 1 power in the universe, the guardian of the universe origin laws, the ancestral god sect, couldn't reach the virtual universe's level. The virtual universe could already be said to be a universe of consciousness. Even the origin laws of the universe could be simulated. Never returned? Our space beasts are all scattered throughout the universe, each of them relying on their own strength to rise. Only those who have truly stepped into the undying level will be brought back by our Space Beast Alliance. The Flaming Star leader said, right now many of our Space Beast Alliance's warriors are on the primal planet. You can find one and move with them, after which we'll return to the Alliance. Of course, if you're in a rush, you can head there directly. These are the universe coordinates. It's one of the gathering places of our Space Beast Alliance. Head there. Once you reach there will naturally be others from the same race to receive you. When that happens, you'll have a chance to head to our sacred land. Sacred land? The golden horned beast's dark golden eyes were filled with curiosity. Sacred land. Any warrior from the same race that has just been received will have a chance to head to the sacred land once. There, your strength will increase once again. There, You'll be allocated a certain amount of resources based on your strength and potential. With your strength, you're already this strong even without the help of your tribe. Perhaps you'll receive special treatment. The Flame Star Lord's voice rang in the Golden Horned Beast's ears. The Golden Horned Beast listened obediently. The universe has been marked. Whether you want to return to the Alliance with the rest of your race or rush back now, it's up to you. However, I can tell you that many of the super experts of the Cosmic Beast Alliance are currently on the Primitive Star. You can meet them too. The Lord of the Flame Star continued. Also, about the Piercing Ring Alliance, you have to be careful. However, I believe that your treasures have already been moved. Just be careful not to waste this divine body. The Golden Horned Beast's head slightly nodded. The three of us Universe Lords have been here for this matter. The Thorn Ring Alliance is much weaker than the three of us. At most, they will send out a few Universe Overlords. Take care of yourself. Boom! The giant beast in the endless flames also stepped out with its claws, directly stepping into the vortex passage in midair and disappearing with a whoosh. While the Lord of the Flame Star was conversing with the Golden Horned Beast, the warriors of the Great Alliance and North Border Alliance had received the order to retreat. Luo Feng's Ocean Clone 2 became a beam of light and headed towards the outside Whirlpool Passage. He flew all the way. He even saw two Hong Alliance Universe Supremacies along the way. The two Hong Alliance Universe Supremacies saw the Serene Ocean Clone. They couldn't tell what race the Serene Ocean Clone belonged to. They could only assume that it was a Universe Supremacy from a weak faction. However, since he dared to move alone, he was probably a Universe Overlord. Hence they stayed far away. That was really smooth. There was actually no worry throughout the journey. The Ocean Clone flew out from the vast Whirlpool Passage. Looking at the endless space around him, he had already returned to the outside world. There were indeed no obstructions. The North Border Alliance has already retreated. I didn't even see the shadow of the Thorn Ring Alliance. The Ocean Clone smiled. He first teleported far away and then directly teleported back to his god country. The Golden Horned Beast had flown very far back then. It had already flown past the entire wilderness and entered the vast forest. Hence, to return to the Whirlpool Passage to the outside world would take a long time. This amount of time was more than enough for the Thorn Ring Alliance to set up. This Golden Horned Beast of mine didn't bring a single treasure, not a single servant, nothing at all. Slowly flying back is such a waste of time. The Golden Horned Beast was in the silent forest, blinking its eyes before exploding with a rumble. Under the pressure of the Primitive Star, under the extremely congealed space, the explosion only spread out a few 100,000 kilometers, causing large amounts of ancient trees to fall and break. But in a blink of an eye, the tree fragments reformed back into one. The flowers and grass stood tall once again. Everything returned to its original state. It was as though the explosion earlier never happened. After a long while, three silhouettes flew over from the distance. There's a huge energy disturbance here. It should be a battle between warriors. Why aren't there any? There was a huge disturbance earlier. Did the battle end in an instant and they left? The three Crystal Race warriors looked around helplessly. The Whirlpool Passage from the Primal Star to the outside world. A total of 9 overlords of the Thorn Ring Alliance were gathered here. This time we must get the Sword River God Sword. The Sword River God Sword is a top-tier domain treasure. Its attacks are even stronger. If the other factions get their hands on the Sword River God Sword, they will definitely take the chance to threaten the Thorn Ring Alliance. We must try our best to take back the Divine Swords. Every sword we take back counts. Every sword we take back will greatly increase the power of the Sword Law. These 9 Universe Overlords had just arrived not too long ago. After a long while, why hasn't the Golden Horned Beast appeared yet? That's weird. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, the Thorn Ring Alliance even sent a Universe Lord to investigate. Only then did he realize that the Golden Horned Beast was no longer on the Primal Star. This caused the warriors of the Thorn Ring Alliance to be dumbfounded. They didn't know where the Golden Horned Beast had escaped to. In the end, they could only end this mission. The 1,000 kilometers long body of the golden horned beast was a huge amount of energy to most warriors. They couldn't bear to waste it. However, Luo Feng was different. With the vast, endless dark ocean, the god energy within was vast and vast. It was unbelievable. Within moments, the amount of god energy absorbed was already equivalent to the total amount of the golden horned beast's body. Even if the body self-destructs, it will return to the universe origin energy. My boundless tranquil sea has also absorbed divine power from the origin sea of the universe. One return and one absorption. The time is very short. It's much faster than me flying slowly. Luo Feng stood outside the palace. Looking at the distant, endless thousand treasure river, he smiled. I wonder if the Thorn Ring Alliance has set up a trap. If they did, they would have wasted their efforts. The dark ocean was over 9,000 kilometers tall. The golden horned beast was over 1,000 kilometers tall. However, its power was much stronger. The two had about the same amount of energy. Luo Feng could completely use the ocean like a fire god crystal. Immediately self-destructing wouldn't hurt Luo Feng at all, because his recovery speed was simply too fast. This ocean's god energy wasn't even a trillionth of the endless dark ocean. It would automatically recover in moments. It's not that my golden horned beast body is small. It's just that the endless dark ocean is too huge. Luo Feng exclaimed within, the huge, endless dark ocean. This feeling is great. No wonder the 9 underworld lords' endless ocean was comparable to an absolute treasure. His god body, 9 underworld ocean, was comparable to an absolute treasure. Within the 9 underworld ocean, it was invincible, revealing the huge 9 underworld ocean from the side. Just how powerful was that? Luo Feng wasn't that strong yet. However, it was obvious that his endless dark ocean, in terms of potential, wasn't any weaker than the 9 underworld ocean. That side self-destructs, this side recovers. Luo Feng was in a good mood. Luo Feng, come to me. The primal chaos city leader's voice resounded in his ears. Yes, teacher. Luo Feng turned to look at the distant highest palace. With a teleportation, he arrived outside and stepped in. Within the palace. You returned safely? The primal chaos city leader smiled as he looked at Luo Feng. Yes. Luo Feng smiled too. Luckily, teacher appeared. If not for you, I'm afraid there would be some trouble. Things were easier to deal with than I expected, the primal chaos city leader said. If not for the Flamestar leader, that covered demon lord would definitely fight with me. Even if I used the 1,000 treasure river to capture you, just sending you from the forest to the whirlpool tunnel at light speed would still take a long time. This amount of time, I'm afraid there would still be some small waves. And now it's so easy, without much effort. The primal chaos city leader said. Luo Feng said, Teacher and the Flamestar leader are both here. That North Border Universe Lord knows there's no hope, hence he retreated. The primal chaos city leader nodded and exclaimed. Of course, it's also possible that the importance of the Sword River isn't high enough. If it was a top treasure, then the covered demon lord wouldn't have retreated so easily. If that's the case, the overthrown devil lord won't retreat so easily. I'm afraid he'll summon more masters of the universe to fight for him. Luo Feng nodded. It was indeed so. One top treasure was enough to make the universe lords fight and kill each other. As for the top domain treasures, like on Primal Star, they didn't appear all at once but separately. The most valuable part of the Sword River was the compass. Without the compass, the other swords alone wouldn't have much use. They wouldn't even compare to a normal treasure. However, to the Piercing Ring Alliance, which possessed the Feng Shui compass, every single divine sword was very important. It could raise the standard of an ordinary domain-type cardinal treasure to a top-notch domain-type cardinal treasure. How do you plan to deal with this Sword River? The Primal Chaos City leader looked at Luo Feng. You can deal with it directly, or you can exchange it for contribution points. With the contribution points, you can exchange for resources you need, or even treasures. P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1070. Your disciple is willing to give the sword river god blade to the race. Luo Feng said respectfully. The Primal Chaos City leader smiled and nodded. That's good. Head to Primal Chaos City right now and give your treasures to the race. There will be a designated location within Primal Chaos City for the virtual universe system to inspect and judge the value, giving you contribution points. Virtual universe system? Luo Feng was stunned. In terms of judging value, no one can compare to the virtual universe system. The Primal Chaos City leader smiled, and letting the virtual universe system judge, that's definitely fair. Because this is a perfectly functioning AI system, there's no need to worry about personal emotions or personal benefits. All the warriors will respect it. Luo Feng nodded. Yes, your disciple will head to Primal Chaos City right now. Go! That day, Luo Feng arrived at the Virtual Universe Company headquarters and sat on a universe ship through the universe passage towards Primal Chaos City. Within the universe ship. It's so uncomfortable. The time flow is chaotic. It's so uncomfortable. The people within the ship muttered. Luo Feng was in the innermost quiet room of the ship. Listening to the voices, he couldn't help but smile. Back then, when he headed to Primal Chaos City for the first time, he too felt extremely uncomfortable under the different time flow. The actual universe and Primal Universe were after all different universes, and the time flow between the two was chaotic. Back then in his batch of geniuses, many fell straight to the ground. In the blink of an eye, it's been close to 100,000 years. Luo Feng sighed within. Back then when he first headed to Primal Chaos City, he was still very young. Back then, he couldn't even pass the first level of the Heavenly Bridge, and the most dazzling of that batch of geniuses was Bolin. In the blink of an eye, roaming Blood River World, adventuring in Demon Note Mountain, even taking on a role of the Virtual Universe Ganwu Department Supervisor Envoy, roaming the battlefield outside for thousands of years, training hard in the Ice Prison, showing off in the Ancestral God Sect, adventuring in the 9 levels of time, researching the ultimate arts, roaming the universe for 50,000 years, finally stepping into Undying. Close to 100,000 years of time, the current him didn't even view the high and mighty Xiehua Knight as an opponent anymore. Even the overlords of the universe, he had fought with Divergent Blood Palace leader, Despicable Knight, Tian Tai Knight, and others before. Close to 100,000 years, the genius battles have been held many times already. Twice every 10,000 years. Luo Feng thought. It's just that I've never paid attention. Lord Luo Feng, we've reached Primal Chaos City. The owner of the universe ship personally communicated respectfully. Yes. Luo Feng returned to reality from his memories. Looking at the extremely respectful ship owner, he nodded and walked out. Along the corridor, Luo Feng walked out of the cabin door under the reverence of the Emperor-level ship owner, Undying level crew, and Sector Lord crew. Then, the other passengers came out one by one. They whispered, "Who is that? Even the owner of the ship is so respectful? Maybe it's some universe supremacy. That's awesome. Look, even the Primal Chaos City leader Black-Robed Emissary is bowing respectfully to him." The passengers quietly discussed among themselves. Amongst these passengers, there were servants of Primal Chaos City, as well as universe levels, domain lords, sector lords, etc., who had racked their brains to get a chance to train in Primal Chaos City. Over half of them were here for the first time, staring at the distant silhouette, in their eyes a universe knight, universe country leader that was already an absolute being within the universe. Descending upon Primal Chaos City, Luo Feng arrived at the city leader's residence. Lord Luo Feng. Lord Luo Feng. Many of the guards and servants within the city leader's residence naturally recognized Luo Feng. They were well informed and knew that Luo Feng had killed Bark Mirror Emperor. The palace was at the middle of the mountain of Thunder Island, and it was even one of the highest authority meetings within the clan. Naturally, they were all very respectful. Before Luo Feng came, he had understood the process of presenting the treasures to the clan through the virtual universe. The location of the treasure presentation was an ancient palace within the Primal Universe City Leader's residence. To present the treasure, one had to first apply in the virtual universe, because the ancient palace was usually closed. Only after the application would the moment one reached there, the palace would automatically open. Luo Feng walked to the front of the palace. Rumble. The ancient palace door slowly opened. The 100 wide bronze door was completely opened. Luo Feng stepped in. Rumble. The door closed once again. This is the place where the clan presents their treasures. Luo Feng looked at the entire side palace. It was extremely vast, and in the center there was a huge stone board with a diameter of about 100 m. As long as a treasure was placed within, the virtual universe system would be able to go through the stone board and inspect it in detail. Luo Feng flipped his hand, and a black blade appeared in it, the sword river Luo Feng. 10 birds in a bush are not worth a bird in the hand. I only have this sword river Luo Feng. It's useless. The other swords and compasses, to obtain them is as hard as ascending to the heavens. As for wrangling with the Thorny Ring Alliance, I don't have that ability. Luo Feng took a step forward. At the same time, he removed his life imprint from the blade and placed the sword river Luo Feng on the stone board. Wong, streaks of green threads rose from the stone plate and enveloped the entire sword. They began to examine the entire sword in detail. Suddenly, a voice resounded within the palace. Sword river Luo Feng. Presenting it to the clan will give you 12 treasures. Luo Feng, are you willing to present this treasure to the clan? The voice was warm and gentle. Of course. Luo Feng smiled. Ka. The center of the stone board split open fiercely and split into two. The entire sword river Luo Feng began to sink downwards under a formless control, following which the stone board closed back up and returned to its original state. This is the detailed exchange list for the human clan's treasures. The gentle voice continued. At the same time, a huge, hazy, gray list suddenly appeared in the air above the side palace. There were 4 huge categories on the list: treasure category, material category, and special resource category. Luo Feng looked up at the huge gray list in midair. Special resources, Luo Feng said. Hua. The list changed, and large amounts of complicated resources appeared. Luo Feng began to carefully study the human clan's treasures. It seemed like the 4 categories were simple. However, after careful study, Luo Feng was shocked. This list probably contained all the core treasures of the entire human clan. Of course, there were many aspects that Luo Feng had no way of looking at. Like the treasures, they were split into normal treasures, high-level treasures, top-level treasures, pinnacle treasures, and absolute treasures. Luo Feng could only look at the normal and high-level treasures. As for the top-level treasures, pinnacle treasures, and absolute treasures, he didn't even have the right to look at them. As for whether or not the human clan had the absolute treasures to exchange, Luo Feng was suspicious. However, it was just suspicion. After all, he didn't have the right to look at them. Like materials, etc. Normally, those that were good at crafting weapons or drugs, etc., would find many precious materials here. The special resources, however, were all sorts of different. There were even immortal-level bug empresses that had fallen into deep slumber, and even Sector Lord-level special life forms that could be possessed. Of course, according to their rarity and importance, the prices were different too. Anyway, the special resources included everything that wasn't classified as treasures, or materials. Luo Feng carefully looked at it for over 3 hours. He had a rough understanding of it. I have the endless dark ocean's God energy supply. I don't need those precious resources at all. I don't need to craft weapons or drugs. It's not like I don't have any special training methods. Luo Feng shook his head. I'll just exchange for treasures. That's the most worth it. As for contribution points, they were split into 2 levels. Treasures gifted to the clan would be rewarded with either treasure points or absolute treasures. Usually, the most common treasure would be worth 0. 5 to 1. 5 treasure points if offered to the clan. Of course, there were some special treasures, set treasures, domain-type treasures, flying palace-type treasures, and soul-type treasures that were comparable to ordinary supreme treasures. The price would be even higher. As for treasures, a normal treasure gifted to the clan would be worth about 1 treasure point. And the exchange rate between treasure points and absolute treasures was constantly changing. Normally, 1 treasure point was 3,000 treasure points, 4,000 treasure points. It fluctuated constantly. The current situation was that 1 treasure point could be exchanged for 3,220 treasure points. Treasures. High-level treasures. Luo Feng looked at the prices of the high-level treasures. High-grade Supreme Treasure Battle Sabers required 8 to 30 Supreme Treasure Points. The cheapest one required 8 Supreme Treasure Points. High-grade Supreme Treasure Armors required 12 to 60 Supreme Treasure Points. And high-level Domain Treasures, Luo Feng could only look at the cheapest one. It required a total of 180 treasure points. As for the other high-level domain treasures, Luo Feng didn't even have a right to look at their detailed information. Anyway, amongst the high-level treasures, the cheapest were the close combat weapons. Some of the life-saving treasures were more expensive. As for the flying palaces, soul, and domain treasures, they were the most expensive. I'll just look at the normal treasures. Luo Feng shook his head. I can afford the high-level close combat weapons, spirit weapons, and armor. I have the star map, Wu Killer Wings, and Calamity armor. There's no need to buy them. Flipping through the list of normal treasures, the prices were obviously much cheaper. It was about 1/10 of a high-level treasure's price. And the amount of treasures was obviously much more. Most of the universe lords probably had no use for them and gave them to their clans. So cheap, so cheap, Luo Feng exclaimed within. However, looking at the flying palaces, soul, and domain treasures, he was dumbfounded. Normal palace treasures range from 18 to 80 treasure points. Normal soul treasures range from 36 to 120 treasure points. Normal domain treasures range from 16 to 80 treasure points. So expensive. Luo Feng looked at the 12 treasure points he had. He was helpless. He couldn't afford even one. I'll look first. The cheapest normal domain treasures are 16 treasure points. There are a total of 13 normal domain treasures with 16 treasure points. Luo Feng looked carefully. Very quickly, his gaze locked onto one of the 16 treasures, the 9C River Domain Treasure. P.S. 2 chapters completed. Continue begging for monthly votes, recommendation votes, and all votes to be continued. If you like this work, please come and vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1071. 9C River, Domain Type Normal Treasure, Metal Attribute, required 16 points to exchange. What attracted Luo Feng was the metal attribute. He immediately said, detailed information on the 9C River. Hua! The screen in mid-air immediately displayed an image. In a vast space, suddenly a vast golden river flowed in all directions. An endless golden river flowed, and within it, there were 9 beasts with scales, tiger heads, flood dragon bodies, and tails. These 9 strange beasts were blurry as they roamed and played in the endless golden river. The 9C River is a pure domain-type treasure. It has extremely strong pressure and binding abilities. If the enemy is weak, you can use the 9C River to destroy them. The gentle voice resounded. As it's a metal-type domain treasure, any undying warrior with the gold origin laws can use it. Using the gold origin law domain and this treasure's domain, its power will increase. If one uses the space laws to become a universe knight, as the space laws are the metal, wood, water, fire, and earth laws, the space domain can also be combined with this treasure's domain, causing its power to increase. And other warriors, like time knights, etc., aren't suited to use the 9C River. The gentle voice returned to its calm state after saying that. Luo Feng looked at the scene and nodded satisfactorily. Luo Feng was actually quite satisfied with the Golden Line Aurora Mirror. In the Primal Star, it could completely restrict the movement of a universe's high-level knights. Even the universe tyrants would be slightly restricted. This allowed Luo Feng to easily escape the pursuit of the divergent Blood Palace leader and the despicable knight, etc. However, this power, Luo Feng still wasn't satisfied, because the restrictions weren't strong enough. If he met someone who specialized in escaping like Tian Hong, with just the Golden Light Mirror's domain, he would be able to use his wings to escape. If I had a stronger domain-type treasure, Luo Feng thought, even if that Tian Hang's origin law comprehension is higher than mine, even with the wings, he probably wouldn't be able to escape. And if I were to meet with danger with the domain-type treasure, I would be able to escape. 9C River. Luo Feng's gaze landed on the 9C River. It was a pity he needed 16 points to exchange for it. I can't care so much. Luo Feng gritted his teeth. Treasures are valuable in quality, not quantity. Luo Feng flipped his hand, and a Rubik's Cube appeared in his palm. He placed the cube on the stone plate. Streaks of green threads rose from the countless patterns on the stone plate and enveloped the Rubik's Cube. In just a moment, the gentle voice rang out, Ceiling-type treasure. Offering it to the race will give you 22 treasure points. Luo Feng, are you willing to give this treasure to the clan? Only 22 treasure points? Luo Feng shook his head. I'm not willing. Luo Feng said. Under the control of an invisible force, the Rubik's Cube flew towards Luo Feng. Luo Feng waved his hand, and the Rubik's Cube landed in his palm. I'll try something else, Luo Feng thought. Following closely, Luo Feng tried the treasures one by one to see how many contribution points he could exchange for. The purple clock was actually worth 89 treasure points, which surprised Luo Feng. A ceiling star was worth 30 treasure points, like back in the ice prison. The jade green axe at silver I gave Luo Feng was only worth 3 treasure points. The ceiling treasures were much more expensive. Only the purple clock surprised Luo Feng. This swallowing sky and devouring earth claw top-grade treasure set is worth 1,200 treasure points? Luo Feng shook his head. It's a pity it's far from enough. I'll just look at these two. Luo Feng flipped his hand. In his left was a date seed-sized ancient ship. It was the ancient ship Silver River. In his right palm was a mirror. It was the Golden Light Mirror. Wine leader, you left this ancient ship Silver River in the treasure trove land, and it landed in my hands. I originally planned to make this ancient ship famous far and wide. However, it seems I don't have that kind of luck. Luo Feng said softly. I'll temporarily give this ancient ship Silver River to the clan. In the future, if there's still no strong warrior to exchange for it, I'll exchange for it back. If I can't, then I'll treat it as if we weren't meant to be. Luo Feng actually really liked the ancient ship Silver River. Otherwise, he wouldn't have specially named it Silver River. However, on the path of a strong warrior, Luo Feng couldn't possibly give up on such an important treasure just for a small hobby. As for the Golden Light Mirror, if I have the Ninming River, naturally it won't have any use. Luo Feng immediately extended his hand and placed the Golden Light Mirror on the stone board. Golden Line Aurora Mirror, a top-grade domain-type treasure worth 3 supreme treasure points. Ancient Ship Silver River, Flying Palace-type treasure, Wine Leader's item, worth 6 treasure points. The Ancient Ship Silver River is actually more expensive than the Golden Light Mirror. Luo Feng laughed softly. This treasure used by an absolute warrior before, with its fame, will it raise its price too? Without a doubt, even though he had a few treasures on him, even a set of treasures. However, the price was obviously very low. Probably hundreds to thousands of treasures would only be able to exchange for a normal treasure. Flying Palace-type treasure, offering it to the clan, can fetch 6 treasure points. Luo Feng, are you willing to give it to the clan? The gentle voice said. I'm willing. Luo Feng nodded. Domain-type treasure, offering it to the clan, can fetch 3 treasure points. Luo Feng, are you willing to give it to the clan? I'm willing. Ninming River requires 16 treasure points. Luo Feng, do you want to exchange? Exchange. Luo Feng didn't hesitate at all. Rumble. The stone board slowly cracked open. The cracking speed was very slow, until a passageway to the bottomless abyss was revealed, following which a treasure slowly flew out. It was a fist-sized golden statue. This was a beast statue with the head of a tiger, body of a flood dragon, and tail. This beast statue flew straight towards Luo Feng. Luo Feng extended his hand and grabbed it. Nanming River acquired. Luo Feng's god energy permeated his palm, imprinting his life imprint within. The beast statue swiftly entered his palm, causing a picture to appear on his right palm. Ancient ship, Silver River. Luo Feng looked up at the screen in mid-air, swiftly flipping to the pinnacle treasures of the Flying Palace category. Indeed, within the many treasures, there was a Flying Palace treasure called the Silver Dragon Mirage ship. Its price was 4 treasure points. Obviously, it was higher than what Luo Feng could exchange for with contribution points. Luo Feng understood, too. This was the meaning of contribution. The strong would provide treasures to the clan at a slightly lower price, and the clan would provide them at a normal price. This exchange naturally allowed the clan to easily earn many treasures, and these treasures were used by the clan to nurture the weak punks, geniuses, and undyings. Luo Feng's contribution this time to the clan's ancient ship Silver River, the Gold Line Mirror, the Sword River. He gained 17. 9 treasure points, and the Nanming River cost 16. He was left with 1. 9 points. Luo Feng didn't continue exchanging for treasures. After all, the other treasures didn't have much meaning to him. To the strong, the treasures weren't about quantity, but quality. 1-star pagoda was more than 10,000 treasures. After leaving Primal Chaos City, Luo Feng returned to his god country. Hua Hua Hua, in the endless sky above the sea, the golden horned beast spread its wings and stood in midair. How? The golden horned beast raised its head and let out a heaven-shaking roar. Its divine energy instantly ignited, directly activating the golden beast tattoo on its chest. Rumble, with the golden horned beast as the center, in a 30 million kilometers radius, a majestic golden river immediately appeared. This golden river flowed majestically without end. At the same time, 9 strange beasts could be vaguely seen swimming in the golden river, competing with each other. The golden horned beast stood in the center of this endless river. Origin Law Domain. Nanming River Domain. Merge. Rumble. Its power increased. The entire huge golden river flowed majestically in mid-air, incomparably powerful. What a powerful domain, much stronger than the Gold Line Aurora domain. Standing beside the golden horned beast, Luo Feng nodded. Back then, when I ignited my god energy to activate the Gold Line Aurora domain, using all my strength to gather the domain energy, with some time, I could probably destroy a normal universe night. In this treasure, Nanming River, its power is much stronger. With some time, it could probably destroy a universe intermediate night. Power gather. The entire Golden River's energy swiftly gathered towards the 9 beasts. Simultaneously, the 9 beasts became extremely powerful. It can completely injure a universe intermediate night. A few more times, and I can destroy them. Luo Feng felt the power and nodded satisfyingly. Even a universe advanced night would feel like they're stuck in a swamp. Like a universe overlord, their speed would be much slower. This made Luo Feng very satisfied. If I meet Tian Hon Knight again, within my Nanming River domain, his flying speed will be greatly reduced, and I can easily catch up to him. I can easily catch up. Luo Feng nodded to himself. Luo Feng kept the Nanming River domain, the Golden Horned Beast, and others in his world ring, silently standing in the air above the endless dark ocean. This trip to the Primal Star wasn't long. However, it was an eye-opener for Luo Feng. So the trillions of races in the universe gathered. Even the universe overlords were this many. My strength is still not enough. Treasure wings. Luo Feng's mind floated the image of Tian Hon Knight's black wings. He didn't care about the Sword River Luo, because he knew that relying on himself to obtain it was simply a dream. The chances were less than 1 in a million. What Luo Feng truly wanted was that Tian Hon Knight's wings. The Wu killer wings and the black wings attract each other. The moment they merge, their power will definitely rise explosively. I believe that Tian Ho Knight is thinking of ways to steal my wings too. It's time to head to the ENFA secret area. Luo Feng thought, it's time to get the 4th black metal board. Back then, his teacher mountain visitor left 3 tests for him. Sector Lord level to get the 3rd black metal board. Undying level to get the 4th black metal board. Night level to get the final black metal board. The trip to the ice prison. He was trapped there for over 2,000 years. The 4th black metal plate is in the legendary Enfa secret realm. The Enfa secret realm that is known for its dangers. Luo Feng thought, I'm afraid this time will take up a lot of time. I don't know what my teacher has planned for me. However, I have to try. Even though it will take up a lot of time, as long as I get the 4th black metal board, my strength will increase greatly. Maybe my golden horn beast will be able to reach the perfect gene level. The last time his ocean clone reached the perfect gene level, his consciousness had acquired the natural talent, I am the universe. His divine body had reached over 90,000 kilometers. It was just that Luo Feng chose to transform his divine body into the endless dark ocean. Hence, even though he had the natural talent, I am the universe, he was unable to use it. No matter what, the 4th black metal board will definitely allow my golden horn beast to reach the perfect gene level. Luo Feng thought, this is a chance for my strength to soar. The moment it succeeds, it's time to deal with Tian Ho Knight. Luo Feng thought. Luo Feng returned to the primal secret area, after which he quietly left the human domain, heading towards the legendary and extremely dangerous ENFA secret area. P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1072. ENFA secret region. In a distant and desolate area of the universe. It was one of the most dangerous secret regions in the universe. Just in terms of danger, it wasn't much different from the ancestral god's secret region. However, ENFA secret region was about the size of the Black Dragon Mountain starfield, much smaller than the ancestral god's secret region. After spending over a month of interstellar travel, Luo Feng finally reached the ENFA secret region. Ahead is my destination, Craftsman God Planet. Within a normal universe ship, Luo Feng stood in the control room and gazed into the distant space. Teacher Mountain Passenger said long ago that finding the black metal board 3 times was a test for me. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Other warriors might not know my methods, but Teacher Mountain Passenger definitely knows, if he knows of them. I'm afraid this time will be very dangerous. Xiao. A 1 m long, cute golden horn beast appeared beside him, spreading its wings. I'll leave all my treasures on the golden horn beast. Luo Feng turned to look at the floating golden horn beast. Me, the ocean clone, and the Masha clansman will head to the Craftsman God Planet. Even if we fail, we'll just lose some energy. Let's go. So, Luo Feng immediately teleported out of the universe ship, and the Masha clansman appeared with the Masha clansman's teleportation ability. After 3 teleportations, they traveled over 3,000 light years and arrived at their destination. And the golden horned beast brought the treasures and stayed on the universe ship. In the void, giant spatial vortexes appeared in various places in an irregular pattern. This area of space was like a huge ocean with tens of thousands of whirlpools. The space whirlpools were randomly scattered everywhere. With a glance, one couldn't see the end. Craftsman God Planet. A 9 m tall majestic silhouette stood in space. It was Luo Feng's ocean clone. After all, Luo Feng's earth body was too famous, and the Masha clansman was too weak. It was better to let the ocean clone move first. The legendary Craftsman God Planet. Luo Feng gazed into the distant space. Within the countless space whirlpools, there was a huge planet. It was Luo Feng's destination, Craftsman God Planet. Craftsman God Planet was a ridiculously huge planet. Such a thing would only happen in a universe secret region. This was a huge planet with a diameter of 3 2 trillion kilometers. Although such a huge planet was very unique, there were actually quite a number of secret realms in the universe. Many of these huge planets were not well known. However, the artisan god planet was very famous. This was because a great existence lived on the artisan god planet, the great master of the universe who was known as the artisan god by the billions of races in the universe. The craftsman god was a powerful lord of the universe. He was originally a special life form of a mountain giant, and he was innately fond of forging weapons. When he was weak, he liked to forge weapons, breaking through continuously. The craftsman god, who had immersed himself in refining weapons for countless years, could be said to be unrivaled in this aspect. This was because very few people knew about Mountain Passenger's ability to refine supreme treasures. Therefore, the craftsman god was recognized by the billions of races in the universe as the great existence most skilled in refining supreme treasures. Just this identity alone gave him a transcendent status. The craftsman god could refine top-grade treasures. That was not all. In the universe, there were still 2 great existences that could refine top-grade treasures. The reason why the craftsman god could completely suppress those 2 was because of the craftsman god star. Because the craftsman god star itself was a flying palace-type supreme treasure. The craftsman god didn't belong to any power. The ancestral god sect tried to rope him in. The other superpowers of the universe tried to rope him in. However, up till now, the craftsman god still hadn't joined any of them. Firstly, he was extremely strong and had many treasures. Wanting to kill him was simply too difficult. Secondly, because he was proficient in crafting supreme treasures, hence he made friends with many absolute beings. Hence, no one dared to make any moves against him. Madman. To be able to reach the pinnacle of a certain path, they're all madmen. Luo Feng looked at the distant craftsman god star. They actually used up endless amounts of materials to refine a planet into a flying palace-type supreme treasure. So, Luo Feng immediately flew over, occasionally teleporting forward a large distance. The space around the craftsman god star was filled with countless space whirlpools. These whirlpools were actually natural wormholes. There was a total of 98,200 natural wormholes. Only a portion of them led to safe regions, while the others led directly to extremely dangerous places. Stone tablets? Luo Feng looked over. Ahead of the huge whirlpools, there were stone tablets floating. About 2/3 of the whirlpools had a stone tablet. One stone tablet after another. Most of them had the word danger. Very few had the word forbidden. There were even 2 stone tablets with the word danger written in blood red. The space whirlpools without stone tablets should lead to safe regions. Danger, forbidden, danger. Luo Feng looked at the not too distant stone tablet. On it, there were 2 words filled with killing intent written in blood red words danger. Just the killing intent from the words itself made Luo Feng tremble within. To be able to write such words, only the Universe Lord could do it. Legend has it that there are 98,200 natural wormholes around the craftsman god star. 2 of them lead to danger zones. Danger zones with no chance of survival. Anyone who enters will die. However, the records of the Great Alliance have recorded that there were strong warriors who survived from within. However, they didn't say anything about those natural wormholes and what kind of terrifying danger zones they lead to. Luo Feng thought. After a while, Luo Feng passed through countless natural wormholes and finally teleported to the air above the craftsman god star. The great universe Lord Craftsman God was very bold and liked to make friends. He wasn't like the majority of universe lords who were high above. Especially, he was biased towards the unique life forms. Many of the life forms in the ENFA secret region had moved to the Craftsman God Star and lived carefree lives under the Craftsman God. Luo Feng swiftly descended from the sky. Information floated in his mind. Craftsman God Star, peaceful, killing is forbidden. Many came to seek treasures to ask the Craftsman God to help craft them. Some even came to learn how to craft treasures. The universe warriors from different races are all here. Luo Feng passed through layers of clouds and finally landed on the ground. Luo Feng strode forward, one step crossing 10 million kilometers. Before he came, he had already gathered detailed information. The inhabitants of the Craftsman Godstar were the unique life forms. There were undying special life forms and also Universe Night level special life forms. Even though there were many strong ones, it was very peaceful. I can feel it, the black metal board summoning. Luo Feng advanced. His earth body within the world ring could clearly feel the black metal board summoning. Just like back then, when Luo Feng acquired the second black metal board. Just the world ring alone wasn't able to stop such a strong feeling. It's in that direction. Luo Feng swiftly headed there. Along the way, Luo Feng saw a few unique life forms playing around. They were rare in other places, however on the Craftsman Godstar, they were commonly seen. Sector Lord level, Undying level, even Universe Night level life forms. Luo Feng saw one. Outsider, where did you come from? You too wish to learn from the Craftsman God, Lord, how to craft treasures? A green light flew to Luo Feng's side. It was an illusory energy body. It was not even 1 m tall and had a cute face. I wish to learn. However, I heard that the requirements for the Craftsman God Lord to recruit disciples are very strict. Luo Feng smiled. It is indeed very strict. The trillions of races in the universe often come to our Craftsman Godstar to learn how to craft treasures. That green light danced around Luo Feng. However, even though there are many failures, there are still successes. Right now, the Craftsman God Lord has a total of 182 disciples. Luo Feng smiled and nodded as he continued forward. Every step he took was teleportation, and that green light easily caught up to Luo Feng. Have you been to the Craftsman God Star before? Do you know the direction of the Craftsman God Mountain? The green light figure asked curiously. Huh? Luo Feng grinned and didn't say much. After all, he was purely relying on the strong connection he had with the fourth black metal board to continuously walk towards it. He was certain the fourth black metal board was in that direction. Luo Feng's speed was very fast. After walking for about half an hour, chatting and laughing with the green light figure, he arrived at the Craftsman God Mountain. The half an hour of conversation allowed Luo Feng to understand even more. This green light silhouette was called Bonisa. She had followed her race and moved to the artisan god planet a very long time ago. According to what Bonisa said, she knew every single blade of grass and every tree on this planet. She was too familiar with it. She often saw powerful warriors who came to ask for treasures. That's the Craftsman God Mountain. Bonisa pointed in the distance. There was an incomparably tall mountain piercing through the clouds. The Craftsman God Lord lives on the mountain. His disciples often go down to gather materials. Look, there are many structures around the mountain. Almost all of them were built by the universe warriors. After all, the Craftsman God Lord rarely shows himself. They don't have the qualifications for him to come out and meet them. Hence, they can only wait for the Craftsman God Lord to come out and test his disciples. Then they can go ask for treasures. Bonisa said excitedly. Luo Feng smiled and nodded. His gaze fell on the majestic artisan mountain. The feeling was already very strong. Even though he was separated by the world ring, his earth body still felt that every cell in his body was completely boiling. The fourth black metal plate was hidden in the artisan mountain. Teacher hid the fourth black metal board in the mountain. That's where the Craftsman God Lord lives. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. No matter how powerful I am, there's no way I can get a black metal board under the watch of a universe lord. Luo Feng stood there thinking. Don't you want to learn how to create treasures from the Craftsman God Lord? Look, there are a few universe lords kneeling there. You should go too. As long as you're sincere enough and have the potential to create treasures, only then will you be accepted as a disciple by the Craftsman God Lord. Bonisa flew a circle around Luo Feng and said, P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1073. The majestic craftsman, God Mountain, pierced through the clouds. At the foot of the mountain were hundreds of warriors from different races kneeling. With a glance, Luo Feng could tell that about a third of them were Universe Knights, and the rest were Undyings. Close to 200 Universe Knights kneeling. Luo Feng exclaimed within, "The ability to create treasures is indeed very attractive." "Oh, why aren't you going?" Bonisa floated beside Luo Feng, looking curiously at him. "I only said I wanted to learn." Luo Feng smiled and lowered his head to look at Bonisa. "Of course I want to learn the legendary Craftsman Lord skills, only I don't have the confidence. Hence I'm more curious. Here, take a look." They're here to test their luck too. Out of the 500, it's already not bad if 2 or 3 are accepted as disciples. Bonisa pointed at the distant group of kneeling foreign race warriors. Whether they were energy life forms, flesh and blood life forms, or rock life forms, basically they were all kneeling, silently waiting. "How long have they been kneeling for?" Luo Feng asked. Wait for the Craftsman Lord to appear." Bonisa didn't mind. It's normal for them to kneel for 1,000 to 10,000 years. However, the longest doesn't exceed 100 eras. If they don't even have the willpower to kneel for such a long time, how would they have the right to learn the skills to create treasures? Luo Feng nodded. "I won't accompany you anymore. I'm going to find my friend." Bonisa circled around Luo Feng once, and then directly flew towards a dark blue building in the distance. She entered the building to visit her friend. Luo Feng looked up at the majestic Craftsman God Mountain, walking step by step. So many foreign races. Luo Feng looked at the distant buildings with different styles. These countless ancient buildings were built by the foreign race warriors who came to visit the Craftsman God Lord. At this time, most of them were empty. However, there were still quite a few with foreign race warriors living in them. They should be foreign race warriors looking for treasures. Luo Feng thought. The 4th black metal board is on the Craftsman God Mountain. The Craftsman God Lord is on the mountain. With his power, how can I get it? Even if I steal it, the Craftsman God Lord can control time and space. He can easily capture me. Luo Feng looked up at the mountain. How do I get it? While thinking, Luo Feng had already reached the foot of the mountain. "Stop! Friend, stop!" A low and crisp voice rang out. Luo Feng turned to look. Over 10 of the over 500 kneeling Universe Knights and Undyings looked over. Amongst them, there was even a 4-hooved human that was 300 m tall, looking at Luo Feng. His 3 golden eyes looked at Luo Feng, his voice clear. "Friend, Craftsman God Mountain is where the Craftsman God Lord and his disciples live. Other than the Craftsman God Lord and his disciples, no other warriors without the Craftsman God Lord's permission are allowed to enter. Otherwise, it would be disrespectful to the Craftsman God Lord." "Oh," Luo Feng smiled. "Thank you, I was just deep in thought. Are you also going to become the disciple of the Craftsman God Lord?" That form being looked down at Luo Feng and said. Although he was kneeling, he was much taller than Luo Feng. "I'm just curious. If there's hope, of course I'll work hard," Luo Feng said. At the same time, Luo Feng was curious. Just what life form was this foreign knight before him? According to his memories, there wasn't any race that matched this foreign being before him. "Right, as long as there's hope, I won't give up." The gold-eyed knight smiled. "I can already craft normal treasures. Before I came, I had complete confidence. However, after coming here, I realized that compared to the absolute weapon crafting geniuses of the universe, I'm still lacking. Look, that demon Undying over there. He's only at the Undying level, yet he can already craft normal treasures. His chances of being accepted by the Craftsman God Lord as a disciple are much higher than mine." Luo Feng looked shocked. That golden-haired gorilla-like beast was kneeling there too. Its aura was weaker, probably at the Undying level. Undying level, crafting normal treasures? Luo Feng blinked. Geniuses are indeed everywhere. Luo Feng sighed within. The gold-eyed knight exclaimed, "I was praised as a master crafting master in the ancestral god's secret region. However, here, I realized I'm still far from it. Even though our special life forms are very strong, in terms of weapon crafting, we don't have an absolute advantage. Look at these foreign race Undyings. Even though they're just Undyings, They were brought to the craftsman god planet in the secret region. If they didn't have some ability, how could they have made it here? These hundreds of undyings, most of them can probably craft fake treasures. Fake treasures? Luo Feng was curious within. What level was a fake treasure? It seemed like it was a term of address for a master crafting master. At least an outsider like him wouldn't understand. Luckily, I didn't try to take him as a disciple. Luo Feng thought, if I tried, I'd really lose face. You two come and try. The gold-eyed knight smiled. The craftsman god lord's requirements for a disciple are very strict. Even though they look at talent, they also look at other aspects. As long as your crafting talent isn't bad and you can craft fake treasures, who knows if you'll be lucky enough to become a disciple of the craftsman god lord. Look at me, I've been persevering. I'm just curious, Luo Feng said. Luo Feng immediately distanced himself from the group of over 500 kneeling foreign race geniuses sincerely begging to be his disciple. He specially made a simple courtyard for himself at the foot of the mountain. Crafting, damn, don't even mention fake treasures. I can't even handle a slightly better weapon. Back then, the UNMO planet ship was modified and engraved, etc. were all done by the Virtual Universe Company's internal members. Luo Feng shook his head. He was a complete outsider. He knew nothing at all. Compared to the absolute geniuses that came from all over the vast universe, Luo Feng felt a little ashamed. Standing at the entrance of the courtyard, Luo Feng looked at the 500 or so alien silhouettes kneeling in the distance, and then looked up at the majestic craftsman god mountain. My original plan was to be like the other warriors seeking a teacher and enter the craftsman god mountain, and then slowly think of a way to get the black metal board. However, from the looks of it now, other than the craftsman god lord and his disciple, no one else can come up. What do I do? Just how do I get the black metal board? Luo Feng was troubled. Unable to think of a way, Luo Feng wasn't anxious at all. Instead, he silently waited at the foot of the mountain, carefully observing its movements and looking for an opportunity. In the blink of an eye, half a year had passed. During the half a year under Craftsman God Mountain, Luo Feng had gotten to know most of the foreign race warriors in the other buildings. These warriors were all universe lords, and many were even universe overlords. They all came here to ask for treasures from the great craftsman god lord. I lead a race. The treasures all depend on me. A four-armed giant sat crossed-legged beside Luo Feng, exclaiming, even though I've joined the Nine Regions Alliance, the highest position in the Alliance are the universe lords. Even though I'm an overlord, I'm still lacking in resources. For example, a race with a universe lord, 3 sets of absolute treasures can be exchanged for 1 normal treasure. I'll get 4 sets. The four-armed giant shook his head. I'm just giving an example. I'll always lose out in every aspect. Luo Feng nodded. Different from the pinnacle races. The four-armed giant shook his head. The 6 pinnacle races have huge powers and many treasures. The warriors of the races are all very fortunate. Exchanging for treasures with the races, they don't lose out at all. However, for our race, my race, I'm the only overlord in the universe. Luo, if I fall one day, please help me and let my Silkworm Rock race continue. Luo Feng said, Chrysalis Knight, don't say such things. If you fall, the Nine Regions Alliance will revive you. If you need my help, I'll naturally help. Chrysalis Knight was one of the stronger warriors Luo Feng got along with here. He was the great leader of the Silkworm Rock race. If he were to fall, the entire Silkworm Rock tribe would be doomed. Chrysalis Knight had to take care of his race. Hence, he wasn't willing to exchange for treasures within the Nine Regions Alliance. That would be too much of a loss. I can only come ask the Craftsman God Lord. The Craftsman God Lord, using the materials from many treasures to craft 1 treasure. This is much better than exchanging within the race. Chrysalis Knight exclaimed, this way, I'll have many resources for the race to develop. I have to be strong myself. The later generations have to rise too. Luo Feng respected him within. His own strength was considered strong. However, he still had no worries, because the human race was incomparably strong. And this Chrysalis Knight was almost the same as him. yet he had to shoulder the rise and fall of the entire race. Hiroto back then was also an overlord of the universe. His fate is quite similar to Chrysalis Knight's. Luo Feng thought. With Hiroto, the Golden Horn race can exist independently in the universe. And with Hiroto's fall, the Golden Horn race can only rely on a stronger being, becoming a vassal race. While Luo Feng was conversing with Chrysalis Knight, suddenly, look, the disciples of the Craftsman God Lord. It's the disciples of the Craftsman God Lord. Luo Feng and Yonghe Knight stood up at the same time. Even the other palaces and buildings all came out with foreign race knights. They were all here for the treasures. Silhouettes came out from the buildings. With a glance, there were over 1,000 of them. These foreign warriors' eyes were filled with desire, because to ask the Craftsman God Lord to craft treasures, compared to exchanging for treasures in the Alliance, the price was much lower. The 1,000 foreign warriors all looked at the distant 10 silhouettes that flew down. Some were majestic, some were short, some were covered in hair, some were made of metal. The 10 silhouettes descended. Fellow seniors, among the 500 kneeling foreign warriors, one of them immediately spoke respectfully. May I ask when the Craftsman God Lord will meet us? What's the rush? My teacher has gone to visit a friend. Who knows, maybe he'll return after 10,000 years. Just wait patiently. One of the 10 disciples of the Craftsman God Lord spoke, following which they swiftly became beams of light and flew away. Visit a friend? In the distance, Luo Feng squinted. P.S. 2 chapters completed. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1074. Visiting a friend? The Craftsman Lord is visiting a friend. Are we just going to wait here, stupidly? From what I see, we should first head to the Primal Star to explore. Who knows, there might be some opportunities. The Primal Star has been open for a total of 1,000 eras. It's just starting now. It's still very early. Right, there's no rush at all. We'll wait and see the Craftsman Lord and ask him to help us craft treasures. With the treasures, we'll head to the Primal Star and get even more treasures. Let's go, let's go. Let's wait slowly. The warriors from the various regions of the universe were disappointed and began to return to their residences. And in the distance, the 500 warriors that were kneeling and begging for a master were similarly disappointed. However, they remained kneeling and didn't dare to get up. Even though the Craftsman Lord wasn't here now, they believed that every move they made here would be monitored by warriors who would report back to the Craftsman Lord. Their desire to learn whether they were sincere or not. It was also very important. If they weren't sincere enough in kneeling and begging, they would be easily eliminated. Luo, let's go. If we want to meet the Craftsman Lord, we'll probably have to wait for thousands to tens of thousands of years. Yonghe Knight said. Luo Feng awoke from his thoughts, nodding and smiling, returning with Yonghe Knight to their respective residences. Standing in front of the door, Luo Feng looked up at the Craftsman Mountain. Visiting a friend? That means the Craftsman Lord isn't here. It's a rare opportunity. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. I have to catch him. After waiting here for half a year, no matter what Luo Feng thought of, if the Craftsman Lord were to guard the mountain, it would be a dream for him to even think about taking the black metal board away. The Craftsman God Mountain is the sacred land of the entire planet. It's where the Craftsman Lord lives. Luo Feng thought. Only he and his disciples are allowed on the mountain. Other warriors are unable to enter without permission. This also means that the number of warriors on the mountain is actually very small. And his disciples, according to the information I've gathered over this half a year, none of them are universe lords. The Craftsman Lord had a total of 182 disciples. A portion were universe knights. A portion were undyings. In theory, the Craftsman Lord's disciples were all extremely talented. However, after so many years, none of his disciples were able to become universe lords. Firstly, it was too difficult to become a universe lord. Secondly, his disciples spent all their energy on forging weapons, so they were weaker in terms of cultivation. Without the Lord of the universe, no one can stop me. But we still have to be careful. The items of the Craftsman God Lord aren't that easy to take. Luo Feng was secretly cautious. Luo Feng was afraid that if he delayed for too long, the craftsman lord would return. Hence, when the sky darkened, he sent the Masha clansman to bring his earth body away. In terms of escaping and hiding, the Masha clan was naturally number one. In terms of battle prowess, the main body of the earth was not inferior to the Serene Sea clone. Therefore, the Serene Ocean clone temporarily stayed at the foot of the mountain to observe the situation. The Earth clone and the Masha clan clone started to ascend the mountain. The Masha clan clone had already become the size of an ant. It stood beside a stone at the foot of the Artisan God Mountain and looked up at the majestic Artisan God Mountain. Craftsman God Lord. The Masha clan's clone took a step forward. Whoosh! He immediately teleported into the depths of Artisan God Mountain. With the Masha clan's current abilities, teleporting was incomparably compatible with the space ripples. The other knights couldn't feel any movement. Naturally, they couldn't discover the Masha clan. With just 2 short teleportations, the Masha clan relied on the Earth body's strong senses to determine the direction and arrived at the closest location to the treasure. Rumble. On the mountainside of the craftsmanship God Mountain, huge holes spewed out waves of hot air. The hot air flow was probably more than 1,000,000 degrees. After the endless air flow was spewed out, it surrounded the craftsmanship God Mountain and turned into a mist. Just the hot air that was spewed out from these holes was probably not inferior to the heat of a star at all times. Every hole was glowing red, almost as though it was boiling hot within. In the distance, beneath a rock, the Masha clan allowed the hot air currents to sweep around. At his level, he had long treated stars as dirt. Naturally, he didn't care about this heat. Space lock. The Masha clan thought, with this mountain as the center, it spreads around. About 10% of the entire Artisan God Mountain is enveloped within, completely locking the space. Since the space is locked, that means this is an important area of Artisan God Mountain. The Masha clan observed carefully. Suddenly, 2 tall and sturdy silhouettes walked out from a distant hole. One of them was 20 m tall, with 4 claws. His naked body was covered in all sorts of patterns. The other was 100 m tall, with extremely thick arms. The 2 walked out together. Luo Feng could tell with one look that they were undying levels. It's too hot. This place is really hot. Us brothers can't even hold on for a while. Without enough time, how can we craft the top treasures? Our strength isn't enough. Look at the universe supremacies. They can easily refine weapons in their hearts and try again and again. Especially 9th senior brother. I really envy 9th brother. The 4-clawed being exclaimed too. 9th brother is an overlord of the universe and has a treasure armor. Also, he's a natural fire elemental life form. He can even enter the heart to craft treasures. Even the precious materials that teacher usually uses, he would occasionally be bestowed to him. He has always been guided by teacher. See, he has even successfully refined a high-grade treasure, becoming our artisan god star, second only to teacher. The tall living being shook his head and sighed. It would be great if we could step into the universe supremacy realm. How could it be so easy? The 2 Undyings weren't wary at all. After all, they didn't think anyone would dare barge into Artisan God Mountain. The Masha clan easily heard those words. Core, it seems like their other brothers are mostly within the mountain. The Masha clan looked at the hole, and the center of this space lock is within the mountain. And I can feel it too. The 4th black metal board is within. I have to be careful. Don't get discovered by the other disciples of the craftsman God Lord. The Masha clan didn't dare be careless. Even though he was good at hiding, the disciples of the craftsman God Lord had many knights and even overlords. So, since he couldn't teleport within the space lock, the Masha clan immediately unleashed his natural ability domain and entered the cave. And the 2 Undyings outside didn't notice at all. Hot. It was incomparably hot. The Masha clan carefully advanced. This cave was deep and hot. The deeper he went, the walls of the cave became completely red. Even the deeper walls became golden red. The temperature was so hot. Luo Feng felt that normal sector lords would instantly die from the high temperature, and every cell in their body would be destroyed. Rumble, pa, rumble, pa, rumble, pa. A rhythmic sound resounded. Luo Feng, who had sneaked into the corner of the cave, immediately became a stone and rolled in. The stone's surface had some engravings under Luo Feng's control, allowing him to clearly see into the distance. Endless flames rushed into the sky. And at the very top of the flames, many tall and sturdy, short and small alien race beings were all waving the same strange, huge hammers, smashing the metal again and again. Rumble, pa. A series of sounds could be heard. These are all undyings. The Masha clan thought, my black metal board is right below. So, he immediately unleashed his natural ability domain and immediately went close to 10,000 kilometers below. The Masha clan sneaked in again and again. Using his natural ability domain, he was completely able to accurately choose a place to appear, easily dodging the attention of the alien race warriors who were crafting their weapons. As he headed downwards, Luo Feng discovered the special aspects of the crafting techniques that the crafting lord passed down to his disciples. The highest point of the flames used a strange, huge hammer. In the middle of the endless flames, a few of the universe knights used 19 different sized hammers that required god energy to control. And below the endless flames, there were a total of 3 knights. Amongst them was the 2 knights senior who were discussing outside the cave earlier. Obviously, the flames here were too terrifying. Normal knights didn't dare barge in. It's below. My black metal board is right below. Luo Feng hid under a huge boulder in the middle of the mountain. I can clearly feel it, and that 9th senior and the other 2 are right above my black metal board. If I go over, I'll probably alert them. What do I do? Luo Feng panicked. He could feel that the distance between him and the black metal board was about 300 kilometers, and that 9th senior and the other 2 were about 300 kilometers away from him, which meant the black metal board was very close to the 3. Wait, I don't believe they've been crafting weapons here all this time. Luo Feng thought, simultaneously looking at the 3 silhouettes standing in the depths of the flames from 300 kilometers away. Even though Luo Feng didn't know how to forge weapons, just by watching the 3 universe overlord-level warriors forge their weapons, he was amazed. It was simply an art. These 3 overlords only used 19 weird hammers of different sizes. However, these hammers, especially under the 9th senior's control, when they were fierce, they seemed to be able to shatter the universe. When they were gentle, they were even gentler than the wind. Under his control, the various materials were perfectly blended together. It was simply a beautiful sight. After a long while, this top-tier set of treasures has been completed. The materials are a little lacking. If the materials were good, I could totally make a treasure. Congratulations, 9th senior. Congratulations, 9th junior. I'm going to rest. You 2 rest too. All right, let's rest together. Let's go. Luo Feng waited silently for over a month. The 3 overlords finally went to rest. The 3 silhouettes became 3 beams of light and flew out of the flames, swiftly vanishing. A stone immediately became a human silhouette. Finally, my chance has come. The black-clothed Luo Feng gazed below. The black metal board was right below. P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1075. The black-clothed Luo Feng immediately became a black energy flow, condensing into a stone and falling downwards. The stone fell, clanging and clanging, falling towards the deepest part of the mountain. The stone smashed into a burning hot rock wall, finally stopping and transforming back into the black-clothed Luo Feng. I've arrived. Black-clothed Luo Feng looked at the scene before him and couldn't help but exclaim, how beautiful. This was already the deepest part of the mountain. About 10 kilometers ahead of Luo Feng floated a 3M tall gourd-shaped object made entirely of a black, peculiar substance. This black gourd floated in mid-air, its mouth spitting out endless flames. This gourd spit out flames that reached close to 1,000,000 km away, almost filling the entire mountain. And the undying level and universe knight, level disciples of the craftsman god, Lord, all forged their weapons within this endless flame. And the black gourd floated. Simultaneously, there was a formless connection around it, almost as though there were chains invisible to the naked eye, connecting to the void. Even though the chains couldn't be seen, these chains that couldn't be seen with the naked eye had threads of flames forming on them. These flames came from the void and drilled straight into the black gourd. A total of 36 void chains. Black-clothed Luo Feng frowned. This black gourd seems to be completely connected with the endless space, and through the endless space, it constantly absorbs and stores the flame energy, maintaining a certain level of eternal flame eruption. Luo Feng himself was the master of the Star Tower. The Star Tower absorbed energy from the vast universe to maintain its operation. Hence, looking at this black gourd with Luo Feng's knowledge, he swiftly made a similar judgment. Without a doubt, the flames near the mouth of the gourd require the strength of a universe overlord to withstand. This endless flame that reaches close to 1,000,000 km. Every thread of flame is enough to destroy a star. For such a strong energy to be constantly released, there has to be a source of energy. Black-clothed Luo Feng could feel the endless flame energy flowing through the 36 void chains into the black gourd. Void transfer, just what is it that can constantly maintain such a strong energy consumption? The craftsman god lord is a master in treasure crafting. He wouldn't foolishly use his own energy to constantly consume the energy. There has to be a source, just like the Star Tower, to maintain such a strong energy. Black-clothed Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Right, the craftsman god planet. Only the artisan god planet. The craftsmanship god star is the greatest treasure refined by the craftsmanship god lord. It's huge and can completely absorb the endless energy in the surrounding void, refine it inside, and then transfer it into this gourd. This gourd should be a part of the craftsman god star. After observing for a few seconds, Luo Feng made a deduction. When the lord of the craftsman god was refining the craftsman god star, he first wanted to create a place to protect his life, and second, he wanted to create a main tool to refine the treasure. The entire craftsman god star was absorbing endless energy to continuously refine flames, which were all gathered in this black gourd, killing two birds with one stone. It can be done by modifying the enormous craftsman god star slightly. With the abilities of the craftsman god lord, it should be very easy. The black-clothed Luo Feng stared at the black gourd. I can feel that the black metal board is within the black gourd. What do we do? Take away the gourd? This thought flashed past Luo Feng's mind, and he immediately rejected it. This black gourd was a part of the craftsman god star. It had an owner. If he tried to take it away, it would definitely be discovered by the Lord of Craftsmen. That was one of the reasons. More importantly, he wasn't the owner of the craftsman god star. Hence, if he wanted to take the black gourd, he would have to take the entire craftsman god star. With the craftsman god star's weight and power, if it was placed there, it would be like 1,000 treasures river released at any time. Even the universe lord wouldn't be able to move it. Just like the star pagoda releasing its full power. Even the strongest warrior of the universe wouldn't be able to take it away. It's best not to move this black gourd to prevent alerting the enemy. Luo Feng thought, this gourd's mouth is always open, spewing flames at any time. Then if I enter through the mouth, there shouldn't be any obstructions, only this black gourd's flames. Luo Feng didn't know. The interior of the gourd was empty, or was it filled with even more terrifying flames? I'll risk it. The black metal board is within the gourd. I have to enter. The intense calling was incomparably strong. Immediately, the black Luo Feng's body split into two. One was the Masha clansman. One was his earth body. I'll let the Masha clansman try first. So, the black-clothed Luo Feng immediately unleashed his natural ability domain, immediately entering through the mouth of the gourd. Rumble. Under the endless flames, the Masha clansman didn't even have time to check the situation. Not even having the time to react, it was instantly destroyed. Just like a strand of hair touching the flames, it was instantly finished. The Masha clansman died faster than a strand of hair. The moment it formed, it was immediately destroyed. It didn't even have time to react. Luo Feng was shocked as he looked at the floating 36 space chains connected to the black gourd. Immediately his god body split a thread of god energy to swiftly condense, very quickly restoring the Masha clansman. After all, even though the Masha clansman was similar in size to the earth body, the difference in quality was huge. He only needed a bit of god energy to restore the Masha clansman. Let my earth body give it a try. This body of mine is comparable to a normal knight. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows, throwing a world ring to the Masha clansman, simultaneously entering the world ring. Go! The Masha clansman took the world ring and once again unleashed his natural ability domain. So, immediately entering the black gourd's mouth. Within the world ring, rumble, Luo Feng looked up at the sky, only to see countless cracks appearing in the world, following which it collapsed. Obviously, under that terrifying flame, the materials of the world ring had begun to soften. The world within naturally couldn't stabilize and collapsed. Following which, Luo Feng appeared in a flame space. This is the black gourd. The moment he appeared in the flame space, the first thing he felt was heat, almost like the first time he was scalded by boiling water when he was a child. However, with Luo Feng's current willpower, he could easily suppress this bit of pain. Black metal board. Luo Feng felt all the cells in his body boil, almost as though he was going crazy. He lowered his head and saw that at the very bottom of the flame space, there were large amounts of various materials. All of them were extremely valuable and special materials, able to withstand such high temperatures easily. Amongst them was the black metal board. Rumble. The only movement Luo Feng could make was to look down, following which he was completely destroyed. Craftsman God Mountain, foot of the mountain. It was as calm as always, amidst the countless structures left behind by the warriors of the universe. Yuhai Luo Feng stood in front of his own door. The Masha clansman was instantly destroyed. Even his consciousness couldn't react. The earth body only had time to lower his head. About a 10,000th of a second. It was enough for his consciousness to think. Yuhai Luo Feng sighed within. Terrifying. No wonder even the universe tyrants could only withstand the flames outside. The flames within this gourd are probably even stronger than the ones outside. Yuhai Luo Feng turned to return to his house. Within the house, sitting cross-legged, Luo Feng pondered. Within the flame space within the black gourd, the materials are all extremely valuable. However, they're probably just a portion of the craftsman lord's materials. Luo Feng understood. The materials had different properties. Not all were suitable to be stored within the flame space, and according to the warrior's temperament, the truly precious materials would be carried on them. My high Luo Feng is much larger than my earth body. My god body's energy is much stronger too. I should be able to last longer. The craftsman lord's 3 extremely powerful disciples, 9th senior, and the other 2 aren't here yet. I can't miss out on the opportunity. I'll give it a try. With a thought, Luo Feng used some of his god energy to form the Masha clansman, after which it brought the high Luo Feng back in a craftsman god mountain. The Masha clansman carefully and easily entered the depths of the mountain, arriving far away from the floating black gourd. The flames are powerful. I only need a bit of time to get the black metal board and fly out. The Masha clansman brought the high Luo Feng back into the black gourd. Within the black gourd, the Masha clansman was destroyed as usual. The world ring melted and a part of the world collapsed. Black metal board. The moment the high Luo Feng appeared, he lowered his head and immediately rushed downwards. Chi, the endless scorching flames burned the god body of the serene sea clone. When the serene sea clone had just descended half of the distance, he had disappeared before he could reach the precious materials scattered at the bottom of the flaming space. In FA's secret area, 3,000 light-years away from Craftsman God Planet in space, a universe ship floated in mid-air. Within the control room, The 1M long, cute golden-horned beast was laying on the sofa, its eyes filled with worry, muttering, "I knew it wouldn't be this easy, I knew it. That terrifying flame is too strong. Just like an Emperor Pinnacle Undying can easily slap an official level Undying, it could destroy my body without any energy at all." The Hai Luo Feng is so big, yet he was still destroyed in a mere 1/100th of a second. Obviously, the difference is too huge. No matter how much energy I have, I'll still be burnt out. This power is even more terrifying than a universe tyrant's attack, even stronger than the Divergent Blood Palace leader's strongest attack. It definitely exceeds the defense limits of normal armors. Under that level of power, even the Golden Shaking Ho Emperor armor's power is greatly reduced. To be able to reduce it to 1/10 is already not bad. The golden horned beast shook its little head, muttering, "Only at 1/10. It definitely won't be able to withstand the endless flames. The flames within the Black Gourd are much stronger than the flames outside. The outside world requires a universe tyrant to rely on normal armors. Then within the Gourd, doesn't one have to rely on the Calamity armor? With the Calamity armor to reduce the power of the flames to 1/10, 000 that'll be much easier. However, the moment it fails, the armor will be lost." The golden horned beast laid there, letting out a low growl. "I knew it. It wouldn't be this simple. It wouldn't be this simple." So, a silhouette appeared within the control room. It was the Earth body that brought the Hai Luo Feng and Masha clansmen over from the God Country. Should I bring the Calamity armor? Yes or no? Luo Feng sat on the sofa, holding a wine glass. The golden horned beast laid there too, pondering. P.S. 2 chapters completed. Do you have tickets? Asterisk, to be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1076. About 3,000 light years away from the Craftsman God Planet, a universe ship floated quietly. Should I go or not? Luo Feng pondered. Before, when he sent his ocean clone, even if he failed, he only used up a bit of energy. Luo Feng didn't feel the pinch. If he wore the golden trembling turtle emperor armor and could block it, he wouldn't care about the armor. However, after personally feeling the power, plus the fact that the 3 disciples of the Craftsman God Lord were wearing normal armors yet were still within the flames, these 2 points made Luo Feng very certain. Normal armors weren't enough. Armor? Using the armor to take the risk? Luo Feng frowned. His 2 most important treasures were the Star Pagoda and the armor. Even if he became a universe lord in the future, the armor would still be extremely valuable. Luo Feng pondered for over 6 hours. Many thoughts floated in his mind. He rejected them all. Go! Luo Feng gritted his teeth. After a while, the Masha clansmen brought the golden horned beast and ocean clone and departed. Luo Feng had a total of 6 treasures: the pearl, star map, killer wu wings, armor, golden trembling turtle emperor armor, and 9 river. And this time he sent the golden horned beast. Luo Feng gave 3 of his 6 treasures over: the Calamity armor, Wu Killer Wings, and 9 Ming River. The armor was for the golden horned beast to defend against the flames. The Killer Wu Wings and 9 River were for the golden horned beast to rely on to escape if anything unexpected happened. As for the golden trembling turtle emperor armor and star map, they were useless, and even though the pearl was useful, it was an item that the Star Pagoda recognized. It couldn't be lost. Compared to the armor, the absolute treasure Star Pagoda was much more important to Luo Feng. He naturally wouldn't easily let the pearl take the risk. If I fail and lose the armor, even if I lose the Killer Wu Wings and 9 River, it doesn't mean much. Luo Feng thought. Compared to the armor's value, even if Jiu Ming He and Wu Sha's wings were added together, they would only be able to catch up to a tiny bit of tribulation armor. In the vast space where the Craftsman God Planet was, there were many space whirlpools. One couldn't even see the end. The Masha clansmen floated in mid-air, looking at the distant small planet, Craftsman God Planet. I must get the 4th black metal plate. If the Craftsman God Master was here, I definitely wouldn't be able to obtain it. It just so happens that the craftsman god, Lord, isn't here. Ninth Senior Brother and the other overlords of the universe are also resting. Such an opportunity is hard to come by. If I miss it, who knows how long I'll have to wait. That's why I have to act. Even if I fail and lose the tribulation armor, I'll just come back in the future when I'm stronger. After all, even if the craftsman god, Lord, obtains the tribulation armor, he won't be able to use it. At most, I'll just have to pay a small price, and getting it back shouldn't be too difficult. Even if I can't get it back, Teacher Mountain Traveler won't just stand by and watch. This tribulation armor was refined by him, so with his strength, it won't be difficult for him to get it back. Luo Feng had many plans before he set off. Although the tribulation armor was important, the fourth black metal plate of the 9 Tribulations Mystic Tome was even more important. The moment he obtained it, he could very well raise the Golden Horned Beast genetic level to the perfect level. At that time, he would at least be able to unleash the heaven-defying innate ability, I am the universe. Being able to unleash this move, my strength will rise greatly. Without the armor, even if I die in battle with the endless ocean, I can still form more clones. What's there to be afraid of? Because of the endless ocean. Hence, even though the armor was important to Luo Feng, it wasn't something he couldn't do without. Of course, if it wasn't for the fourth metal plate of the 9 Tribulations Mystic Tome, Luo Feng wouldn't have taken such a huge risk. The Masha clansman teleported to the Craftsman God Planet, and then teleported to Craftsman God Mountain. He was already very familiar with it. Just like before, he used his innate secret technique, territory, to carefully enter the cave and enter the belly of the mountain. After using his innate secret technique, territory, over 100 times, he arrived at the deepest part of the mountain. A 1 m long golden horned beast floated in mid-air, looking at the distant 36 space chains of the Black Gourd. The mouth of the Black Gourd constantly spat out endless flames. The strength of the flames was simply unbelievable. If it were any normal treasures, they would have instantly turned to ashes. At this time, the Golden Horn Beast had already unleashed deities of the world, beast god transformation, natural ability, strengthening, etc., raising its strength to an extreme. It even carried a world ring within its body. The Masha clansmen and Ocean clansmen were within too. When my god energy is used up, the Ocean clansmen can also supply me with endless amounts of god energy. The Golden Horned Beast, Ocean clansmen, the 2 huge god bodies' god energy, along with the armor's defense. I don't believe that I can't get the 4th black metal plate. The Golden Horned Beast swiftly shrunk until it was only the size of a fist. So, it flew straight towards the mouth of the gourd. This black gourd was about 3 m tall, and its mouth was about the size of a normal human head. It constantly spat out flames, and the Golden Horned Beast swooshed straight in. Within the black gourd, within the flame space. The moment the Golden Horned Beast entered, it felt an incomparably terrifying heat. One had to know that this black gourd was specially made to extract extremely strong flames, to be used by the craftsman, Lord, to forge weapons. As for the flames that were spat out, it was merely a small portion that the black gourd intentionally leaked out. The countless years of accumulated flames within were much stronger. Even a top-level treasure set would be instantly destroyed. Rumble, the flames were endless. The Golden Horned Beast swiftly recovered to 1 meter long, simultaneously burning its god body to activate the armor. This allowed it to maintain its strongest defense. Ha ha ha! Good, good, good. The armor is indeed powerful. Even though this flame is strong, after being weakened by the armor to 1/10,000, even though it's still consuming my god body, the speed is already extremely slow. By the time I leave with the black metal plate, I probably won't even lose 20% of my god body. Actually, this consumption was already shocking, but it still made it easy for Luo Feng. So, the Golden Horned Beast immediately flew downwards. Its god body, too, was slowly being consumed. 99, 9%, 99, 7%, 99, 5%, 98, 7%. However, just as it was being consumed, the netherworld ocean within the Golden Horn Beast's internal world ring would send out god energy to replenish its god body, causing it to instantly recover to 100%. In terms of god body capacity, netherworld ocean and the Golden Horn Beast weren't too far apart. So, Luo Feng continued to fly downwards. The space within the gourd wasn't huge, about 10,000 kilometers in diameter. The Golden Horn Beast very quickly descended to the bottom of the flame space. However, the moment it reached the bottom, it felt an incomparably terrifying heat. The flames at the bottom of the black gourd were much stronger than the other regions of the flame space. Obviously, it was the essence of countless years of fire energy gathering. Even the flames had a hint of a peculiar purple color. 97%, 94%, 91%, 88%. The god body's consumption rate was shocking. Not good. I have to hurry. The Golden Horn Beast landed at the bottom of the scattered materials within the flame space. It immediately clawed at the fourth black metal plate. Wong, the black metal plate and the large amounts of materials at the bottom all had a layer of black light on them. The endless black light connected, causing the Golden Horn Beast to be unable to grab the black metal plate. Ow! The Golden Horn Beast lowered its head to look. The endless flames within the flame space were actually following the engravings within the black light and drilling into the bottom of the black gourd, causing the entire bottom of the black gourd to accumulate more and more energy. Clearly, this was a special kind of secret seal that transmitted stored energy, and those materials were also sealed within it. You want to stop me with a secret seal that doesn't have a master controlling it? Break! Sure Wu's wings slashed fiercely. Chi! The black light was immediately sliced apart. Its claws easily grabbed onto the black metal plate, following which it bit down and swallowed it. The god energy recognized its owner. Just like before, the black metal plate began to transmit information. Go! The Golden Horn Beast didn't dare hesitate. Because of the slight delay from grabbing the black metal plate, its god body was actually depleted to 62%. The Netherworld Ocean clone was also depleted to 68% due to the energy replenishment. So, the Golden Horn Beast shrunk to the size of a fist and became a beam of light, flying out of the mouth of the gourd and landing on a distant rock. I finally got it. The Golden Horn Beast's eyes were filled with joy. Rumble. An endless pressure descended, like an endless mountain range pressing down. This caused the Golden Horn Beast to reveal a look of fear. Not good. As expected, the craftsman lord who had set up the seal had noticed him when he had broken it. He had rushed back to his lair at the first possible moment. You dare break my technique? An old voice resounded. Rumble. A glass-colored giant arm charged through the layers of flames, directly descending. The Golden Horn Beast, that was moving very slowly under the restrictions of space, was immediately grabbed. The Golden Horn Beast could only feel an incomparable amount of pressure pressing down on it. Even with the tribulation armor, it was still able to quickly deplete its god body. Under the crazy depletion, the god body that was left with 62% quickly decreased 50%, 42%, 36%, replenish. Netherworld Ocean Clone Replenish. The Golden Horn Beast was anxious. The Netherworld Ocean Clone quickly replenished its energy, causing its god body to rapidly recover. When the hand stopped exerting strength, the Netherworld Ocean Clone's god body was already depleted, and the Golden Horn Beast god body was only left with 42%. You can actually take a full force grab from me and not die? That glass-colored giant stone arm grabbed onto the Golden Horn Beast. Rumbling sounds resounded. As the master of the craftsman god, that grip actually contained the intent of a god hammer. Its power was boundless. Normal overlords of the universe would be instantly destroyed. To be able to block my full force grip, you've only taken a useless piece of material. I'll spare your life. Yi Zichen said. Rumble, space reversed. Before, when it was still within the mountain, the Golden Horn Beast only felt the space around it change. When it could see clearly again, it was already in the space outside the craftsman god planet, only to see a huge space whirlpool in the distance. My craftsman god planet has 98,200 natural wormholes. 2 of them lead to the danger zone. That huge mountain giant's height actually reached 10 million kilometers, grabbing the tiny golden horn beast and throwing it into one of the huge space whirlpools. The floating stone tablet before the whirlpool had the words danger zone written in scarlet red. Block my grab. I'll give you a chance to live. The rumbling sound resounded in Luo Feng's mind, following which the golden horn beast had already passed through the space whirlpool. P.S. Chapter 1 has arrived. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1077. The golden horn beast was thrown into the space whirlpool, and the 10 million km tall mountain giant, the craftsman lord, stood in the void, silently watching the space whirlpool that led to the forbidden ground. The craftsman lord was a 10 million km tall mountain range. At the same time, there were many huge glass arms extending from the mountain range. With one look, there were at least 100 incomparably huge arms. At the same time, there was a huge eye on a mountain wall. Golden Horn Beast, if you're trapped here for 1 trillion years, don't blame me. The craftsman god lord looked at the space whirlpool. Everything was arranged by teacher mountain passenger. Poor fellow. Master of craftsmanship god sighed softly. Master of craftsman god would absolutely carry out mountain guest orders. Actually, with his strength, crafting skills, and his divine body that was tens of millions of kilometers tall, he really wasn't afraid of the strongest experts in the universe. Firstly, it was because he was strong and had a huge divine body. He also had a flying palace treasure, the craftsman god star, which allowed him to hold on for a long time even when facing the strongest experts in the universe. Secondly, he had many friends. Among the strongest people in the universe, there were quite a few who were on good terms with him. For example, the human race, the demon race, and several other races were on good terms with him. They often asked him to help them refine treasures. Therefore, if the strongest experts of the other universes dared to order him, he wouldn't care at all. But Mountain Rider was different. Master of the craftsman god had absolute respect for Mountain Passenger. In the past, he loved to forge weapons, and he was extremely talented in this aspect. In the early stages of the universe's birth, there were still very few life forms in the universe. At that time, the Master of Craftsmanship was already a venerable of the universe. While he was forging weapons, he was coincidentally observed by the side by Mountain Passenger, which infuriated him. That was because how could the skill of forging precious treasures be seen and learned by other experts? He was furious, but what could he do? Mountain Passenger was already the strongest person in the universe at that time. Just as control over the surrounding universe was enough to render the Lord of Craftsmen God immobile. Then, Mountain Passenger evaluated Lord of the Craftsmanship God's strengths in artifact forging, pointed out his shortcomings, and even pointed out how to improve, and so on. Master of Craftsmanship God was instantly shocked. Thus, during that period of time, the Lonely Mountain sitting guest lived on Master of Craftsmanship God's planet. At that time, the Craftsmanship God planet was not famous at all, nor had it been transformed into a flying palace. Mountain Traveler would occasionally give him some pointers. It allowed the skills of the Craftsman God Lord to improve by leaps and bounds. Even his comprehension of the laws of nature had improved greatly, and he had finally broken through and stepped into the Lord of the Universe level. In terms of weapon forging, he had reached an extremely high level. Your skills are already extremely high. My guidance is no longer of any use. You will have to rely on your own comprehension from now on. One day, Mountain Passenger left. From the beginning to the end, Mountain Guest had never said that he would take him as a disciple. He didn't impart any secret cultivation techniques to him, nor did he give him any precious treasures or help from Mountain Guest. He only stayed on this planet for a relatively long period of time and gave him pointers on artifact forging. But the Master of Craftsmen had always called Mountain Passenger teacher, and in his heart, he had long regarded Mountain Passenger as his teacher. In fact, he had even tried to acknowledge the other party as his teacher several times, but the Mountain Passenger had never agreed to it. This time, The master of the craftsman god would naturally complete the task that mountain passenger had instructed him to do. He would definitely not delay it. Poor fellow, but you're also a lucky fellow. Master craftsmanship god sighed. Teacher mountain traveler set up a test for you to temper yourself. I'm afraid he also treats you as his disciple. However, teacher mountain traveler's vision is very high. If you can't come out on your own, then you can only be trapped in the danger zone forever. The craftsman lord sighed inwardly. Hwah! After which, the huge silhouette vanished in the void and returned to the craftsman god planet. After a while, teacher is back. Teacher is back. Hurry up and prepare. Very soon, teacher will be testing you. Those who pass the final test will be able to enter teacher's tutelage. At the foot of the craftsman god mountain, the 500-plus kneeling universe knights and undyings who had talent in weapon forging were all looking excitedly at the distant shouts of the 3 disciples of the master of the craftsman god flying down from the sky. And the universe knights from the various races in the buildings swiftly came out. Hurry, the craftsman god lord is about to appear. Hurry, the chance to invite the craftsman god lord to forge treasures is about to arrive. Hua hua hua. Over 1,000 knights appeared. Yuluo, the craftsman god lord is about to appear. Yuluo, Yuluo. Yonghe Knight went to Luo Feng's residence and searched everywhere. He couldn't find Luo Feng. He couldn't help but sigh suspiciously. In FA's secret area, within the universe ship that was floating in space, the Earth body was sitting there. Beside him was a serene ocean clone. Previously, when the golden horned beast blocked the craftsman god lord's grip, the serene ocean clone had used up all of its divine energy to replenish the golden horned beast's divine body. Naturally, another one was formed. Just where is it? Just where's my golden horned beast? I can connect with its consciousness, yet I can't sense its location. Luo Feng was shocked. Such a situation had never happened before. Even on the primal star, the 2 bodies could sense each other's location. Just where did the golden horn beast go? The danger zone. Where is it in the universe? Luo Feng was even more curious. Even at his current level, Luo Feng still felt that the universe was hard to see clearly. There were always mysterious places appearing. The space changed. Passing through the huge space whirlpool, the golden horned beast appeared in space, looking around blankly. Where is this? The golden horned beast looked into the distance. A resplendent space. In the distance there were stars, planets, and even a red giant. With the golden horned beast's vision, it could see the vast and endless space. This seemed like a very normal space. However, the golden horned beast understood. This place wasn't normal at all. He couldn't sense the space ripples. He couldn't sense his own god country either. He couldn't sense the virtual universe either. How can this be? Where's the space ripples? The golden horned beast roared softly in space, looking around. Without the space lock, how can the space ripples disappear? This endless space seemed to have no space ripples at all, almost like it was completely isolated from the universe. I can't sense the virtual universe. I can't sense the god country. I couldn't connect to the virtual universe back on the primal star. This is the second place in the universe that I can't connect to. The golden horned beast looked around. He was clear on the virtual universe's capabilities, and a place that could cut off the connection to the virtual universe was definitely not a normal place. The only place he knew before was the primal star. Where's the space whirlpool? The golden horned beast looked around, passing through the space whirlpool and arriving in this space, after which the space whirlpool vanished. Why did it vanish? Don't tell me the huge space whirlpool on the craftsman god planet. It can teleport to random locations. Luo Feng was extremely curious. Back then in the ancestral god secret area, he had encountered a random space whirlpool that would teleport him to a certain core area, and there, the Masha clansman finally evolved. Masha Luo Feng appeared in mid-air. The golden horned beast was hidden within the world ring. This danger zone, just what secrets does it have? I haven't discovered any danger at all. Luo Feng looked carefully. However, as he couldn't sense the god country, naturally he couldn't teleport there. Hence his injuries couldn't be healed at all. Teacher Mountain Passenger, just what did he set up for me? Luo Feng thought. Luo Feng wasn't stupid. When he thought of a way to steal the fourth metal board, he didn't confirm that the craftsman god Lord and mountain passenger were related. However, when the golden horned beast took it and was about to escape, the craftsman god Lord appeared. It was very normal. However, what was not normal was that after punishing him a little, he didn't even take back the black metal board, not even taking away the treasures on him. He threw him into the space whirlpool that led to the danger zone. A weak foreign race, daring to steal. And this foreign race was actually able to come out of the black gourd alive. He definitely had a powerful armor. Knowing this, that craftsman god, Lord, actually didn't take a single treasure from me. Was he that merciful? If he was merciful, if he wanted to kill, he could have just killed me. If he wanted to punish me, there were many ways. Why did he have to throw me into this danger zone? As an absolute warrior, fighting and killing each other for the top treasures on the primal star, yet he didn't even look at the treasures right under his eyes. No shit, he really thinks I'm an idiot. Luo Feng thought to himself. It's definitely Teacher Mountain Passenger's arrangement. Luo Feng was grateful towards Mountain Passenger. However, he had been thinking about his intentions and intentions. Mountain Passenger usually didn't care about him at all. However, the 3 black metal boards were for him to obtain at the Sector Lord level, Undying level, and Night level. It was obviously 3 tests. That time when I went to Qing Rue Konite and Purple Rue Konite, I ended up in the ice prison. If it wasn't for the Sky Wolf leader, I'm afraid I really would have to stay there for a long time, killing large amounts of the ice prison's warriors and coming out. Then come out. Luo Feng thought. This was Teacher Mountain Passenger's goal last time. Luo Feng was only guessing. After all, Mountain Passenger's arrangements were rather casual. Even if Luo Feng left because of the Sky Wolf leader and Primal Chaos City leader, Mountain Passenger wouldn't interfere. Then what about this time? What's the goal this time? If it wasn't for the Sky Wolf leader and Primal Chaos City leader, I would have been trapped there for a long time. Luo Feng looked at the endless space. In this mysterious danger zone, I can't sense the God Country. I can't sense the virtual universe. I can't even determine the coordinates of a universe. I can't even ask for help. My divine body's injuries can't be replenished by the endless dark ocean. The moment I fail, my calamity armor, 9th Demon River, and Wu Killer Wings will be gone. Luo Feng thought. I can't care so much. Who cares what Mountain Passenger set up? He's nurturing me, and I'm relying on him to quickly raise my strength. No matter, power is the most important. Luo Feng didn't think anymore. So, he immediately became a beam of light and swiftly flew, his speed constantly rising, very quickly reaching light speed. Luo Feng stared. Light speed? I've already reached light speed. No, I've already surpassed light speed. Why haven't I entered the dark universe? Luo Feng, who had become a beam of light, was completely shocked. Just what is this place? Is this the actual universe? Don't tell me it's another universe similar to the primal universe. P.S. Update complete. Tomorrow is a rest day. Saturday, I've applied for leave once this week and was late once. Hence, tomorrow I'll update 2 more chapters. To be continued. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1078. He couldn't sense the God Country, couldn't connect to the virtual universe, couldn't enter the dark universe. His highest speed exceeded light speed. No ripples in space. Just where is this? Luo Feng relied on the inertia to maintain his high-speed flight, simultaneously looking at the space around him. The distant stars were shining brightly. It was still beautiful. Not right. My speed has already exceeded light speed. In theory, I can only see ahead. There should be nothing but darkness behind us. Luo Feng looked curiously behind him. The space scenery was still as clear as ever. This made him suspicious. With a thought, his god energy spread out. He felt the threads of light speed. So fast. The speed of light in this danger zone is different from the actual universe. Luo Feng swiftly determined. The actual universe's speed of light was 300,000 kilometers per second. However, in this mysterious danger zone, the speed of light was 100 times faster. It reached about 30,000 kilometers per second. God energy speed? Luo Feng frowned. So, a thread of God energy extended fiercely in all directions. This made Luo Feng exclaim, "In the universe, the fastest God energy speed is 300,000 kilometers per second. However, in this danger zone, it's actually 100 times faster than before." So, Luo Feng accelerated once again, flying in space. 2 times the actual universe light speed. 3 times the actual universe light speed. Luo Feng's speed continued to rise. The laws of the universe in this danger zone had completely changed. Luo Feng's current feeling was like when he was beside Mountain Traveler, and also like in the primal universe. When he was beside Mountain Traveler, as one of the strongest warriors in the universe, he could completely change the laws around him. His words were law. In the primal universe, as it was a completely different universe, naturally there were some fundamental changes. Luo Feng's flying speed continued to rise. As it did, the pressure on his body grew. This Masha clansman's body was 100 times that of a normal emperor-level pinnacle. It could completely withstand the pressure. I've reached 100 times the actual universe light speed. I can't increase my speed anymore. Luo Feng tried everything, even burning his God energy. He couldn't increase his speed by even a bit, completely maintaining it at 100 times the actual universe light speed. This was already the maximum speed of his God energy, the speed of light in this danger zone. Hua! His back was already dark. Luo Feng could only see the space ahead. Even when I reached my maximum speed, I didn't enter the dark universe. It seems like this danger zone doesn't have a dark universe. Luo Feng was suspicious. Take a good look. Just what world is this danger zone? Luo Feng maintained 100 times the original universe's light speed as he flew. Asterisk, 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 Luo Feng's God country. The endless ghost ocean was vast and mighty. In the golden shrine above it, Luo Feng's earth body sat crossed-legged in the huge plaza before the God country. I've fallen into a hopeless situation, but the gains outweigh the losses. At least I've successfully obtained the 4th black metal plate of the 9 Tribulations secret book. Luo Feng revealed a smile. The 4th black metal board was within the heart of Craftsman Mountain. When the golden horned beast swallowed the board's God energy and allowed it to recognize its owner, the black metal board's information had already been completely transmitted. The first 3 metal boards allowed Luo Feng to gather the training methods for the first 5 levels. As for the 4th black metal tablet, there was a lot of missing information. When combined with the previous 3 tablets, it actually contained the complete cultivation method for the first 7 tribulations. I already have the first 7 tribulations of the 9 tribulations secret manual. That last black metal plate should be able to make up for the last 2 tribulations. I'll begin training. His earth body began to train the 6th level of the 9 tribulations secret manual. And in space, the Masha clansman maintained 100 times the original universe's light speed. Within his world ring, the golden-horned beast 2 was training the 6th level of the 9 tribulations secret manual. Even if he failed midway and his body was reduced to dust, Luo Feng's body was extremely strong, and he had long since attained an undying body. Just a shred, and he could revive. Those shredded pieces would completely reform and reform. Hence, even in a danger zone, he could completely train the 9 Tribulations secret manual without fear of failing midway. Maintaining 100 times the original universe's light speed, he flew for over a year. Luo Feng had already flown into a star system. There were a total of 3 planets in this system. These 3 planets are really beautiful. Luo Feng complemented within. One is completely jade green, one yellow mixed with white, and the last is a dreamy rainbow. When Luo Feng flew into the center of the galaxy, there's actually a foreign race that has come to this danger zone. An ancient voice resounded from the yellow planet. After a few seconds in space, it had already exploded in space around Luo Feng. How long have we been lonely? Night Zhengjian. A faint, ghostly voice resounded from the dreamy rainbow planet. It's been over 60,000 years since I've seen a foreign race. A cold voice resounded from the jade-green planet. Luo Feng's expression changed. Rumble. A formless god energy soul attack immediately drilled into Luo Feng's body. However, the Masha clansman didn't fear the soul attack at all. It's an energy life form. It doesn't fear soul attacks. The ghostly voice resounded in space. Then we'll trample on him. The cold voice said. Leave it to me. The ancient voice was filled with excitement and anticipation. Luo Feng looked in 3 directions. From each of the 3 planets, a silhouette flew out. Their speed swiftly rose, and in an instant, they reached 100 times the original universe's light speed and closed in on Luo Feng. This Masha clansman of mine can't fight. Hua! The 1-meter-long golden-horned beast spread its wings and floated in mid-air. The Masha clansman swiftly drilled into the world ring and was kept by the golden-horned beast. Ah, it's actually a space beast. It's the golden-horned beast. It's even better if it's the golden-horned beast. The jade-green silhouette's voice was cold, majestic, and filled with endless killing intent. The golden-horned beast floated in mid-air, paying attention to the 3 directions, carefully identifying them. In an instant, he could tell that these 3 foreign race warriors were all famous and powerful universe overlords. However, they had all disappeared a long time ago, and there was no news of them ever since. They were Si Jian Knight, Se Tian Knight, and Dark Feather Leader. Si Jian Knight, Se Tian Knight, Dark Feather Leader. I didn't expect the 3 of you to still be alive. The golden-horned beast's voice resounded throughout the endless space. The 3 silhouettes gradually slowed down, stopping tens of thousands of km away from Luo Feng. The 3 experts seemed to be stunned. The outside world still remembers us. We haven't been forgotten. Se Tian Knight's ancient voice and Dark Feather Leader's ghostly voice resounded. The jade-green silhouette of Si Jian Knight's eyes were filled with coldness. Looking at the distant golden-horned beast, he roared, Speak! In these close to 200,000 eras, just what has happened in the outside world? Se Tian Knight and Dark Feather Leader stared at the golden-horned beast too. Si Jian Knight. The golden-horned beast roared. Are you ordering your servant? I don't like your tone, even though I pity your situation and am willing to explain it to you. However, your tone pisses me off. Courting death. Si Jian Knight's eyes were filled with coldness. If you don't wish to speak, I'll kill you until you do. Rumble. His body immediately combusted, his eyes filled with coldness. Hua! A jade-green blade light immediately pierced through the universe space, crossing tens of thousands of km and heading straight for the golden-horned beast. Luo Feng didn't expect this Si Jian Knight to be so crazy. If he was polite, Luo Feng would have said it. And deep down, Luo Feng wanted to have a good chat with these 3 universe overlords that have been trapped in the danger zone for countless years. However, it seemed like Si Jian Knight didn't even treat him as an equal. Do it. Se Tian Knight immediately took out a completely black long rod. With a sweep, it immediately became 10,000 kilometers long and swept towards Luo Feng. Ha! Dark Feather Leader laughed loudly. His voice pierced into the golden-horned beast's body. Even though Luo Feng's willpower and consciousness were at the universe overlord level, he was still slightly affected. The golden-horned beast couldn't care less about anything else as it immediately ignited its body and flapped its wings to dodge. However, the cold blade light was shockingly fast. Cheat! The blade immediately sent the golden-horned beast flying. Pong! The heavy rod, almost as though it could split the universe, immediately smashing into the golden-horned beast's head. Si Jian Knight and Se Tian Knight's coordination was ingenious, especially with Dark Feather Leader constantly affecting Luo Feng's willpower and consciousness. The golden-horned beast was completely surrounded. Firstly, the golden-horned beast's own battle strength was weaker than these 3 universe overlords. Secondly, its body was still heavily injured, with only 10% of its original strength. It could only take a beating. His wings are priceless treasures. Celestial Strategist shouted. He has a treasure armor on him. Dark Feather Leader said, The three of us attacking him together, and he can actually take it head on. This golden horned beast definitely has a high-level treasure armor on him. Kill it. Snatch the treasure. The armor is mine. You guys can split the rest. Dark Feather Leader said coldly. Sation Knight and Dark Feather Leader were slightly enraged. However, they knew that Dark Feather Leader was stronger than them. What's more, they still hadn't found a way to leave this place. All right. Sation Knight and Dark Feather Leader nodded. Golden Horn Beast, whatever happens outside doesn't matter to us. Your treasure is more important to us. Dark Feather Leader looked coldly at the golden horned beast. Die. Howl. A sky-shaking roar resounded. Hua-hua. Endless golden river water spread out, enveloping the surrounding 10 million kilometers of space. Within this endless golden river water, there were 9 beasts swimming, and the golden horned beast was in the middle. Domain-type treasure. Dark Feather Leader, Sation Knight, and Dark Feather Leader were all shocked. Kill me and steal my treasure? Under the pressure of the endless golden river water, the 3 universe overlords couldn't even touch the golden horned beast. The golden horned beast's eyes burned with endless rage as it looked over. Let's see who will die first. P.S. That's the first chapter. Damn, I'm not going to say anything. Tomato will continue writing the second chapter. If you like this work, please come Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1079. The water of the 9-shore river flowed in space, causing the 3 overlords to feel like they had sunk into a swamp. Their flying speed immediately decreased. What do? He has a domain treasure. We can't even get close to him. Celestial Strategist communicated anxiously, while Sword Sage frowned. Leader Gloom, can you use illusions to deal with him and reduce his flying speed? No, his consciousness is extremely strong. I can only affect him a little. He can still do simple things like flying and dodging well. Leader Gloom communicated helplessly. Under the influence of soul illusions, some of the top techniques would be affected, making it difficult to use them. However, Fly was a piece of cake for him. Forget it. Since he has a domain treasure, we can't kill him. Let's spare his life. Let's go. Sword Sage said. All right. Forget it. Celestial Strategist Venerable, Sword Venerable, and Dark Feather Overlord immediately flew in 3 different directions to their respective planets. Trying to escape? An angry roar resounded. The golden horned beast flew towards the leader, Sword Sage. I spared your life, yet you still dare to chase? Sword Sage looked coldly at the golden horned beast. I can't catch you in your domain, but since you've sent yourself to me, don't blame me. It sounds like my life is in your hands. What a joke. Sword Sage, let's see who's going to die. The golden horned beast flapped its wings and flew over, burning with god energy. The Wu-slaying wings slashed towards Sword Sage. Even the 9 strange beasts in the 9-kiln river surrounded Venerable Si Jian and attacked him. The 9 beasts were extremely powerful. With the golden horned beast's god energy and body amplification, it was enough to heavily injure middle-tier overlords. Against the universe overlord, while it couldn't injure, it could completely suppress their speed. Courting death. Sword Sage was cold and disdainful. Sword Sage disdained the golden horned beast from the bottom of his heart. You're so weak. You were completely trampled before. It's just that your background is good. You're from the Space Beast Alliance. It's one of the 9 superpowers of the universe that was bestowed with a powerful treasure. That's why you're able to keep your life. You don't even have the strength to retaliate, and you still want to fight me? Bang, 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 bang. Venerable Si Jian and the golden horned beast began to fight within the endless golden river, exchanging blows time and time again. And the golden horned beast could only focus on one person. Hence Sky Sage and Dark Feather Lord could easily watch from afar. It's really looking to die. With a domain treasure, the golden horned beast actually isn't fleeing. Instead, you want to pester him. Let's see how Venerable Hung Jian will deal with him. Celestial Strategist and Lord Dark Feather watched from the sidelines. The battle continued. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It was a crazy battle. More accurately speaking, the golden horned beast had been clinging onto venerable Jian. Even though it was constantly being beaten down, the golden horned beast did not retreat and continued to exchange blows with venerable Jian. Celestial Strategist and Dark Feather Lord stared blankly at this scene. This, with the strength of venerable Jian's divine body, after such a long time, he should have burned about 3%. Celestial Strategist was shocked, but the golden horned beast's aura doesn't seem to have changed at all. He is burnt for so long, and his divine body hasn't weakened at all. Dark Feather Lord was also shocked. Venerable Jian was no longer as arrogant and cold as before. Instead, he was extremely shocked and furious. After fighting with me for so long and being completely suppressed, my divine body has burned up to 3%, yet he doesn't seem to have changed at all. The high-level treasure armor is really powerful. Because he felt that the golden horned beast was very weak, he even thought that the armor probably hadn't reached its third form yet. However, even the second form of a high-level treasure armor could only weaken 1,000th of its power. Even the high-level treasure armor is useless. Break for me. The jade-green sword light suddenly flickered, directly tearing apart the endless golden river and slashing the golden horned beast. Puff, 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 puff. A total of 9 slashes, like a sword cage, continuously slashing the golden horned beast's divine body. Each slash was stronger than the last, to the point that the 9th slash consumed 2% of venerable Jian's divine body. The moment the 9th slash was unleashed, venerable Jian's divine body went from 97% to 89%. What? Venerable Jian stared in shock, disbelief and fear at the golden horned beast. His divine body actually didn't weaken. How? The golden horned beast roared and flapped its wings, its huge wings like blades slashing over again. His attacks are very ordinary. His comprehension of the laws isn't high. He shouldn't be able to use the third form of the high-level treasure armor. Venerable Flying Sword was in a state of complete shock and panic. Moreover, this is a high-grade supreme treasure divine sword, and I'm using an ultimate move that I perfected over countless years in Terminus. Even a universe overlord with a high-grade supreme treasure armor would be heavily injured by it. Rumble. The golden horned beast tumbled backwards. Before flapping its wings and breaking through the waves, it once again charged toward Sword Sway. Venerable Jian, I've said it before. Let's see who's going to die. The golden horned beast roared. Venerable Jian's eyes flashed with fear. He understood. He understood the golden horned beast's plan. Damn it! Venerable Jian turned into a beam of light, trying to escape. Hua hua hua. Under the pressure of the endless golden river, his speed was too slow, and the golden horned beast was 100 times faster than him, instantly catching up. Even if my divine body is only 42%, that's still the strength of 600 million sector lords, and a powerful divine body that's thousands of kilometers long. It's 1,000,000 times, 10 million times more powerful than you. And my armor is a pinnacle treasure. Even a universe lord would find it hard to reach its limit. Even if you have a god treasure sword, even if your techniques are powerful, under the armor, they would be weakened to a 10,000th of its power. I can't kill you. I'll exhaust you to death. Under the Nine River, you can't even escape. The only path left is death. The golden horned beast let out a sky-shaking roar, and venerable Jian was no longer as cold and arrogant as before. All he had was panic and rage. He wanted to escape, but he couldn't. Quick escape. Quick. Celestial Strategist and Dark Feather understood, and immediately flew out of the Nine River region, flying far away. What a terrifying golden horned beast. Dark Feather was shocked. The way he blocked us just now was very clumsy, like a middle-tier knight of the universe. I always thought his armor was only at its second form. Celestial Strategist's old voice resounded. I originally thought that once venerable Jian used his ultimate move, he would be able to heavily injure the golden horned beast, but we were wrong. Venerable Si Jian's divine body was greatly weakened, but the golden horned beast it didn't change at all. Dark Feather and Celestial Strategist were both shocked. He's dead. Venerable Si Jian is dead. Dark Feather and Celestial Strategist glanced at each other, their eyes filled with shock. They could tell that the golden horned beast was a terrifying being that couldn't be killed no matter what. Even though his offensive methods weren't good, under the pressure of a domain treasure, Venerable Si Jian couldn't escape and was forced to fight. If Venerable Si Jian continued to burn his divine body would continuously weaken, and eventually he would fall into deep slumber. If Venerable Si Jian didn't burn his divine body, his strength would immediately weaken by 1,000 times. At that time, with just the 9 river, he would be able to injure Venerable Si Jian time and time again. Every time he was injured, his divine body would be consumed. If he didn't burn, he would die. If he burned, he would die. He couldn't escape. If he didn't, he would die. Golden Horned Beast, let me live. Venerable Si Jian gritted his teeth. Unwilling to give up, he communicated. Dream on. The Golden Horned Beast's roar shook the skies. Just wait for your death. You're forcing me. Venerable Si Jian was furious and anxious. I'm forcing you. Didn't you want to kill me just now? My comprehension of the laws is weaker than yours, but the result will still be your death. The golden horned beast surrounded him time and time again. The pressure of the 9 river made it impossible for Venerable Si Jian to escape. If not for the 9 river, Venerable Si Jian would have escaped long ago. The reason why domain treasures were so valuable was because of this. If one had an advantage, it could trap the enemy. If one was weak, he could escape. It could easily kill a large group of weaklings. You. Venerable Si Jian raged. Just wait for your death. The golden horned beast continued to attack. Even though Venerable Si Jian's battle strength was many levels higher than the golden horned beast's, his divine body was constantly weakening. He didn't dare to not burn his divine body. If he didn't, his defense would be reduced to 1,000%, and he would be easily trampled upon. His divine body would be consumed even faster. But burning was equivalent to burning his life force. 60% to 50%, 40%. As his divine body continued to weaken, so did his strength. As his strength decreased, his divine body was consumed even faster. Golden Horned Beast. Venerable Si Jian roared. If I were to reverse time and revive, I would definitely step into the Universe Lord level and kill you to avenge today. Then I'll kill you once more. The Golden Horned Beast roared. Remember, it's me. Don't find a wrong opponent. It's a pity a Universe Lord like you would have a hard time being revived. Just wait. Venerable Si Jian's hatred grew. He came from the 9 Territories Alliance, and the 9 Territories Alliance didn't have the strongest of a universe. As a Universe Lord, the moment he died, if the 9 Territories Alliance wanted to revive him, they would have to seek help from other powers or the strongest of the universe. The price would be huge. Venerable Si Jian wasn't sure if the 9 Territories Alliance would be willing to pay that price. 32%. Venerable Si Jian felt the weakness of his divine body and was even more enraged. If he didn't explode, he would fall into a deep slumber. He would probably be controlled by his soul and become a slave, never to rise again. If he exploded, he would fall with no guarantee of revival. He might die forever. If he didn't explode, he would die. If he exploded, he might revive. Damn the golden horned beast. Venerable Si Jian roared unwillingly and exploded. Rumble. Venerable Feng Jian's self-detonation turned into an endless wave of energy that swept out in all directions. It caused the Golden 9 Palaces river that traversed the starry sky to stir up waves that were over 10,000 kilometers long before they were destroyed. The golden horned beast looked coldly at this scene. I wanted to have a good chat with you, yet you wanted to kill me and steal my treasures. Unfortunately, the treasures are in my hands. With a wave of his hand, from afar, the 2 treasures flew over It was a dark green armor and a jade green god sword. Such a strong universe, Lord, only has two treasures? The golden-horned beast kept the treasures. Far away in space, celestial strategist and dark feather leader, who didn't even dare to get close to the golden Nine-Sea River, were shocked and sighed. A universe lord had fallen just like that. Hua, the golden waves rumbled, the golden-horned beast stepped on the waves in space, his divine energy resounding. Celestial strategist, dark feather leader, do you still want to be my enemy? P.S. 2 chapters completed. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1080. Celestial strategist and dark feather leader glanced at each other, understanding each other's thoughts. Even though they were afraid of the golden-horned beast, it was only fear. After all, they were flying far away. The golden-horned beast's Nine-Sea River couldn't reach them. Without the pressure of the Nine-Sea River, they could easily accelerate to 100 times the original universe speed of light, making it impossible for the golden-horned beast to catch them. However, no one was willing to be chased like a stray dog to the point where they had to flee. We didn't have any intentions of being enemies with you. It's just that the killing intent of the sword sage was too strong. We could only follow him. Celestial strategist's old voice said. The golden-horned beast looked at the two silhouettes in the distance and said majestically, I wonder if you can tell me, how did you get here? How much do you know about this danger zone? Dark Feather Leader's demonic voice resounded. In history, many warriors fell into this danger zone. Most of them were adventuring in the universe's secret regions and accidentally got teleported here. The teleportation methods are all sorts of strange. There were also some who just floated in the universe and were suddenly swallowed in normal space and ended up in this danger zone. There's no pattern. Celestial Strategist's old voice said too. The golden-horned beast was silent. After a moment of silence, has anyone left? Me, Dark Feather Leader, and the Sword Sage didn't have clones. The moment we fell into danger, our clones crumbled. That's why we don't know about the outside world. But the Supremacy Tsang Hua we know has the ability to clone himself. His clone has discovered powerhouses in the outside world, entering a land of despair before appearing in the outside world. Tsang Hua Sage, the golden-horned beast, said, where is he? In the end, he gave up on his clone and a treasure before self-destructing and leaving. Celestial Strategist said, are there others trapped in the danger zone? The golden-horned beast asked. Yes, there are quite a few. Celestial Strategist and Dark Feather Leader said. Where? The golden-horned beast looked at the two. It must be in this vast, terminus, starry sky. As for where, other races often change their locations. We can't be sure. Dark Feather Leader said. How big is the danger zone? The golden-horned beast asked a very concerned question. The perilous zone is about 100,000 light-years in diameter. It looks like an ordinary starry sky. Lord Gloom sighed. But no matter how I fly, I can only fly 100,000 light-years away. Once I fly out of this area, I'll unknowingly fly back to the star field that I passed through before. It's like a maze, forever flying in it. Luo Feng was shocked. A diameter of nearly 100,000 light-years? Maze? Since it was similar to a maze, but these foreign race experts were still able to clearly explore it, it was clear that they had been flying for a long time. This is a huge cage, and we, the experts of the other races, are the prisoners, locked up in here forever. I can't escape no matter what. You Gloom looked at the golden-horned beast. You are the golden-horned beast. You definitely have the ability to split yourself. If you are willing to give up the treasure, you can definitely self-destruct your god body and leave. The celestial strategist Venerable's old voice said, Golden-horned beast, I advise you to self-destruct. After all, you have a clone. Once you've been trapped for countless years, you'll know how painful it is to be trapped forever. As for the treasures, as long as they don't die, there will be a day when they can make a comeback. Howl. The golden-horned beast howled throughout space. Celestial strategist Venerable. You Gloom leader, self-destruct. I naturally wouldn't make such a decision so easily. I'll leave first. Hua! The rumbling golden waves vanished. The golden-horned beast too vanished. A black silhouette appeared in midair, swiftly becoming a beam of light and flying swiftly. Looking at the distant beam of light disappearing into the horizon. Jian night has fallen. The celestial strategist Venerable sighed softly. Who can he blame? You gloom leader sneered. Usually he uses his strength to suppress the two of us. To fall to this golden-horned beast, it's his bad luck. In space. The Masha clansman sat cross-legged on a meteorite, becoming a beam of light and drifting about in space. He actually killed a universe tyrant. The black-clothed Luo Feng sighed within. Luckily, it's a danger zone, completely unable to communicate with the outside world, and unable to call for help. Otherwise, how could a universe tyrant die so easily? It was extremely hard for a universe tyrant to fall. Firstly, they could escape if things went south. Even if they couldn't escape due to various reasons, they could still think of ways to stall for time and immediately call for help. Like the Jian Knight, if he were to fight the golden-horned beast on the primal planet, he would at most be injured by the beast, and the other warriors of the Nine Regions Alliance would immediately rush over to help. And in a danger zone, there was no way to call for help at all, causing the Jian Knight to be killed. Within our human race, amongst the many universe tyrants, there are some who don't even have a record of killing a universe tyrant. I've actually killed a universe tyrant right now. Huh? The black-clothed Luo Feng shook his head and laughed. This time killing the Jian Knight, the golden-horned beast body merely dropped from 42%, reaching 41.9%. Hua! Sitting crossed-legged on the meteorite, he continued to fly swiftly in space. In the blink of an eye, another 2 months had passed. Within Luo Feng's vast god country, within the endless dark ocean, before the golden shrine, I've finally succeeded. Luo Feng stood up. After spending over a year, he had finally completed the 6th and 7th level of the 9-level manual. Of course, this was due to the Earth human's small body. Like the golden-horned beast, it was still only at the 6th level, and it was just the beginning. Obviously, the evolution of the huge body was extremely slow as well. Back then, when I trained the first 5 levels, my god body gene was 48 times. Because I absorbed 100 blood river crystals, theoretically speaking, the crystals should be able to raise it by 100 times. However, the further I go, the weaker the effect. It only allowed me to reach 3,000 times. I've now trained another 2 levels. My body is about 9,800 times. It hasn't reached the perfect gene level. Luo Feng sighed. Obviously, the increase in genes from the blood river crystals, at least to the Earth human body, it wasn't able to reach 100% compatibility. Like the golden-horned beast, it was 100% compatible. The first 7 levels of the 9-level manual had already raised it to 192 times, and the 100 crystals only raised it by 50 times. 9,800 times. Among the unique special life forms in the universe, there are very few that are that strong. I should be satisfied. What's more, there's still the 8th level. The 9th level. I don't believe that after training the 9th level, I won't be able to reach the perfect gene level. Luo Feng was anticipating within, and my golden-horned beast will definitely be able to reach the perfect gene level in one go. The golden-horned beast body had already exceeded 6,000 times before. The 6th and 7th level were extremely strong. The blood river crystals and the golden-horned beast were 100% compatible. As long as there were no accidents, it would definitely reach the perfect gene level. When that time comes, the golden-horned beast will truly be heaven-defying. At least when that time comes, I'll be able to unleash that unbelievable natural talent. I am the universe. Luo Feng was anticipating that day. However, according to the time, the golden-horned beast would probably have to train for over 100 years before it could complete the 6th and 7th level. It'll only take 100 years. In the blink of an eye. Vast space. The black-clothed Luo Feng sat crossed-legged on the meteorite. His speed seemed extremely fast. However, compared to the vastness of space, it was only a slow drift. Hua! Suddenly, Countless ripples appeared in space ahead. What? Sitting on the meteorite, Luo Feng followed the inertia and passed through the ripples without any obstruction. However, as his body passed through the ripples, a formless energy passed through his body, even passing through the world ring and entering the golden-horned beast's body. Nothing could be blocked. He was completely passed through by the ripples. The feeling of the ripples passing through his body was extremely uncomfortable, almost like layers of knives slicing through his body. As he passed through the ripples, the Masha clansman was left with only 30% of his body. What a terrifying space ripple. Just what is that? How did the space change? Luo Feng was shocked to discover that as he passed through the ripples, the space before him had completely changed. The space before was very similar to the normal space of the universe. The stars were usually very far away, and the planets were very normal too. However, this part of space, it was so beautiful and varied. The star systems were all relatively close to each other, forming a beautiful picture. Luo Feng could even feel the origin law engravings within these countless planets. Within this danger zone, there's still another space? Luo Feng thought. Sitting on a meteorite, Luo Feng flew slowly, very quickly nearing the first closest planet. That planet was yellow in color. It seemed normal. However, Luo Feng felt it. This planet is completely yellow in color. There's no life at all. Its diameter is 21,000 kilometers, star tier gold. It actually contains a mine of star tier gold. The pale-faced Luo Feng sat on the meteorite. Looking at the lifeless planet, he was shocked. The reserves are actually so strong. If I swallow it, even with my golden-horned beast's huge body, I should be able to recover to 80%. Luo Feng felt that it was unbelievable. Star tier gold. Even though it was a G-grade metal, it was extremely special. It was said that when an extremely large star finally collapses into a black hole, it will produce a metal star tier gold. This star tier gold was known as the tear of a star, even though it was a G-grade metal, but in terms of its uses, it was much more valuable. Luo Feng had never seen such a precious metal mine, almost taking up the entire planet. Even with a universe overlord level god body, even if it was over 1,000 km huge after swallowing this planet, it would recover to 80%. Huh. Luo Feng immediately vanished, and the golden-horned beast appeared. So, the golden-horned beast immediately flew out of the meteorite, swiftly heading towards the yellow planet. After a while, when it was about to reach the yellow planet, the golden-horned beast was already very close to a distant gold planet, just casually extending its divine energy to sense. However, the result made the golden-horned beast shocked. What? That gold planet contains a void stone mine. What a terrifying amount. In terms of value, it's not much different from the star tear gold on this planet. Rumble. The golden-horned beast landed on the yellow planet, raising its head and gazing at the endless planets in space. I've checked 2 planets. Both of them have precious mines. And this mysterious space has countless planets. Don't tell me they all have precious mines? P.S. Here's the first chapter. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1081. Silence. The mysterious space was silent. Other than the golden-horned beast itself, there were no other living beings. No matter what, let's first recover my god body. Once I'm stronger, I'll be able to better deal with danger. The golden-horned beast immediately began to grow, from 1 m long to 100,000 kilometers long, floating in space. One had to know that the planet's diameter was only 20,000 kilometers. The golden-horned beast was even bigger than the planet. Natural ability, swallow. The golden-horned beast opened its mouth. Immediately the space around the planet began to distort. If it wanted to, it could swallow the entire planet in one gulp. However, the golden-horned beast felt that would be a waste to destroy such a precious star tear gold planet. Hence, it controlled the size of the swallow. Countless star tier gold or flew out. Star tier gold mixed with some rocks flew into the golden-horned beast's mouth. Like a black hole, it swallowed continuously. The moment the star tear golden rocks entered the golden horned beast's stomach, they were completely absorbed and transformed into gold energy, allowing the golden horned beast's god body to constantly recover. After a while, after half of the star tear gold on this planet was swallowed, the golden horned beast stopped. At this time, its god body had just recovered over 60%. Let's go to the next planet. The golden horned beast directly flew towards the nearest planet, once again devouring the void stone mines. This time, it devoured close to half of the void stone mines on the entire planet. When its divine body recovered to 80%, it headed towards the third planet. As expected, on the third planet, there was an equally precious barium crystal lake. Barium crystal was a black liquid metal that shone like stars on the surface, similar to Mercury. On this third planet, there were a total of 3 huge lakes, taking up 90% of the planet's surface. They were all formed from barium crystal. The golden horned beast drank one of the lakes in one gulp. Its god body completely recovered. Unbelievable. Floating in space outside the third planet, it gazed at this mysterious space. I can feel the fourth planet too. There's actually more. Just this solar system alone has a total of 12 planets. I'm afraid they all have precious treasures. The golden horned beast gazed into the distance. If just one solar system is like this, what about the other solar systems? With a glance, countless solar systems were very close to each other, forming beautiful engravings that shocked Luo Feng. The entire space was like a gigantic space engravings. Even though it was mysterious and beautiful, it was just too lonely without any other creatures. The golden horned beast flew to the fourth planet, fifth planet, planet by planet. It scanned each planet carefully, trying to figure out just what secrets this piece of space held. Boom! A powerful aura exploded from the planet closest to the star. The powerful God Force aura spread out in all directions at a speed of 30 million kilometers per second. Within moments, it attracted the attention of the golden horned beast on the planet closest to the star. Its god power, a very strong god energy, it should be a universe night. The golden horned beast raised its head and looked in that direction, following which it flapped its wings and swiftly flew over. He broke through the air and flew away. As its speed continued to rise, gradually, the golden horned beast could see a majestic silhouette flying over from that direction. The golden horned beast maintained its 1,000 kilometers long body, and from another direction, a 100 kilometers long huge body was flying over. This is... The golden horned beast looked shocked at the foreign universe night. It was actually a reptilian life form with black scales and a total of 6 heavenly pillars like hooves, the space beastjan. The space beastjan was considered the second tier of the space beasts, just below the 12 pinnacle bloodlines. The golden horned beast and Jun were flying towards each other. Golden horned beast, Jun. Their auras were strong. The two warriors met in space. You're here too? The golden horned beast let out a powerful voice. Because you're here, hence I've come. Jun roared. I've received orders from the Space Beast Alliance to receive you. Follow me. What? The golden horned beast was stunned. Luo Feng was dumbfounded. Before, he thought the space beast was trapped in a danger zone too. However, from the sounds of it, it was actually under the orders of the Space Beast Alliance to receive him. Don't tell me this space belongs to the Alliance? The golden horned beast said. Of course. Jun nodded slightly at the head that was covered in a layer of shield-like armor. This part of the starry sky is specially used by the Interstellar Beast Alliance to cultivate countless precious materials. I already know that you have swallowed some mineral veins. These mineral veins belong to the Interstellar Beast Alliance. Normally, individuals are not allowed to take them away. You don't know the rules, hence the Alliance won't punish you. What's more, you've been drifting in the universe for so long. You've just returned. The Alliance won't punish us brothers of the same race. The golden horned beast blinked. This so-called danger zone? The golden horned beast was stunned. This is the space controlled by the greatest being of the Alliance, the primogenitor. It's also the most important sacred land of the space beasts. Jean roared. The primogenitor is one of the greatest beings in the universe. He caused the laws of this space to completely change, making it completely different from the universe outside. Primogenitor, Luo Feng understood. The primogenitor should be the strongest in the universe. Are we still in the actual universe? The golden horned beast asked. Right? Jin explained. It's just that this space is almost completely cut off from the outside world. Only wormholes can teleport. To prevent the other races from invading, this space is separated into outer space and inner space. The outer space is the region where the other races are trapped and have been trapped for countless years. And the inner space is hidden within. You should have broken through a layer of space ripples to enter. Only a space beast can enter without being killed. The other races can't even discover us, much less enter. The golden-horned beast understood. The danger zone was actually just a buffer zone outside the sacred land of the Space Beast Alliance. How did you get here? The golden-horned beast asked. In space, we can't teleport or teleport from the God Country. How did you suddenly appear? Us space beasts rarely descend into this space. We're usually at the core of the space, which is also the core of our sacred land, the Star God Mountain. Jean roared. I received orders. Hence, I specially came to receive you, and was immediately teleported to that planet. In this space, among the many planets in every star system, there's a wormhole within that connects directly to the Star God Mountain. Jean roared. Every star system has a wormhole. The golden-horned beast was shocked. Yes, the ancestors' power is limitless. Creating a wormhole is a piece of cake. Jean said, Let's go. The ultimate beings of the Alliance are still waiting to meet you. All right. So. Two majestic silhouettes flew across space, heading towards the planet that was the third closest to the star. Golden-horned beast, do you want your god body to be smaller? Become smaller. Jean roared. All right. While flying, the golden-horned beast became 100 kilometers long, similar to Jean. The two chatted as they flew towards the planet. Reaching the planet, the two swiftly shrunk to a few meters in size. Following a deep cave, they directly reached the planet's underground core. This is the wormhole. Through it, we can reach the Star God Mountain. Jean said, Let's go. The golden-horned beast was also filled with anticipation, looking at the space whirlpool in front of it. This space whirlpool was only a few tens of meters in diameter and had always existed stably. Jean and the golden-horned beast, one in front and one behind, flew into the space whirlpool. This was a vast space. Within the space, there were countless space whirlpools. Each of them weren't large, only a few tens of meters in diameter. But there were too many of them. They were densely packed. One couldn't see the end, almost surrounding this space. And in the center of this space, where countless space whirlpools revolved, was a majestic mountain range. The golden-horned beast and Jean simultaneously came out of the space whirlpool. The golden-horned beast looked at the scene in front of it in shock. In space, there were countless space whirlpools scattered throughout the space, like little flowers revolving around the huge mountain range. The pitch-black mountain range. This was an incomparably huge mountain range that was a few light years tall. It was completely comparable to the Star Pagoda or the ancestral god Sex base. This pitch-black mountain range floated in the air. One could faintly feel a strong aura. One could even occasionally see the silhouettes of space beasts flying within. Do you see the great beings of our Space Beast Alliance? No matter if it's the Universe Lord or the greatest primogenitor, they all live there. Jean roared, his eyes filled with pride. This is the sacred land of our alliance, the sacred land of our space beasts, the Star God Mountain. The golden-horned beast was shocked as well. There are countless warriors in the Star God Mountain, countless treasures, countless inheritances, everything. It's even connected to a universe. Jean roared. That is a universe that completely belongs to us space beasts. Universe. The golden horned beast was shocked. Yes, Jun said proudly. Universe. A universe that completely belongs to us space beasts. Come, head to the Star God Mountain. Every wanderer who returns from a universe has to head to the Star God Mountain. As long as you receive the recognition of the Star God Mountain, you will be one of us. This is also to get rid of the other races. After all, some of our Space Beast Alliance children have already been possessed by other races. It's hard to identify them. However, on the Star God Mountain, nothing can be hidden. The golden horned beast was shocked. Not good. Let's go. There are already many universe lords of our race waiting to see you. Jun urged, following which he looked at the distant majestic mountain range. Look, even the strongest have come to welcome you. The golden horned beast looked over, only to see many huge golden horned beasts, at least 10 of them flying over, their powerful auras spreading out. It's the warriors of your golden horned beast race. Jin said, update complete. My monthly votes are now 4th. If I work hard, I'll be able to rush to 2nd. Everyone please support Tomato. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation.